Hello, everybody, and that's not the best advert timing in the world, is it? To come onto the program and have that immediately greeted. It'll disappear in a second. What should be behind me on the green screen is a live view of the circuit. There we go. Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the last great Coliseum. It is Bristol Motor Speedway, and we are all set for what I hope is going to be a cracking round of the championship for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. The sun is setting and we're gearing up for a critical round because this is 9 rounds in now for this season, and it's the first round of the Dash for Cash for the O'Reilly Series, and they're going to be taking on this great circuit. So the sun will set, as you see behind us. That is a live view of the circuit as well. You can see they're all getting ready down in the performance area. We're live throughout the night here on JB Motorsports. I'm Joshua Birch, and I'll be keeping you up to date in the host position. The commentary will be coming from the NASCAR radio team as well. And we are all set for what is going to be, fingers crossed, a brilliant night of racing. Without further ado then, let's head down there and join the action and get going as we can launch pre-race ceremonies.
Rhythm and string together laps. You got to do it for 300 tonight if you want to take a trip to Victory Lane at Bristol.
And those 300 laps are separated by 3 stages. Stage 1 ends on lap 85, stage 2 on lap 170. The final stage of the race will end on lap 300, so it'll be a 130-lap run to the checkered flag. You're not going to be able to bypass these stages if everything went normally. Now, maybe you get on a different strategy based on when the cautions fall. That could happen. As you heard during our pre-race coverage, we got a couple of drivers who are going to have a little bit of a tougher time. An engine change for Carson Quapple in his number 9 Junior Motorsports Chevrolet. Some issues with the braking system and some seals happening with the number 32 Jordan Anderson Motorsports team of Rajah Caruso. Those drivers will actually start from the back, and you can do it in 300 laps. But, Nick, the one thing we haven't seen yet is the top groove work its way in to be a faster groove. This track is very bottom dominant right now.
I was optimistic based on some of those pre-race interviews we heard with our Napa Auto Parts pit reporters. They feel like the groove could widen out the further we go. In fact, I think Jesse Love even pointed out having a guy like Kyle Larson in this race who is not afraid to go up top, the experience, he may help widen the groove for everybody else. But even if we don't get that second groove, Brad, then it turns it into old school Bristol where guys are going to be lining up and attempted the old bump and run. I find that just as exciting as watching guys go side by side all night long.
Absolutely, and I'm here for the bump and run. I know we're talking about this on radio. We will do our best to give you a visual as to what's happening on the racetrack. Among that visual, we have 3 cars that are painted almost identically, and they all say HendrickCars.com. That's Corey Day. His car actually has a white number 17 on top. Another HendrickCars.com Chevrolet is Kyle Larson. His car has a red number 88. Rajah Caruso is in the third one, and thank you, Jordan Anderson Racing, for putting a nice, bright yellow number 32 on the top. That is literally the only way we can distinguish between the 3.
Yeah, the good news, it's a half-mile racetrack, so you can watch them and track them all the way around this place. And speaking of visuals, Brad, how about the sunset we have? The sun about to crest and fall behind the back straightaway grandstands here in Thunder Valley. A phenomenal night for racing.
And the great thing is we are looking at the sun because the weather has been beautiful here in eastern Tennessee, and right right now, we're going to get things started the right way. We go trackside to track announcer Jose Castillo for opening ceremonies here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the East Tennessee State University Army ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Chaplain and Associate Professor for King University, Reverend Brian Alderman.
Let us pray. Eternal God, we give thanks to you for this day, for the beauty of your creation which surrounds us, for the hope of new life which spring brings. We're grateful this evening for the opportunity and the joy of competition which we enjoy here. And now we ask your blessing on our time together. We pray for the safety of those who are here tonight in Bristol, Tennessee, and especially we pray for the safety of those who serve around the world. As we leave here tonight, may we so love one another as you have loved us. I pray this in Jesus' name, amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome vocalist and songwriter from Wilmington, North Carolina, Kaya Hickey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were still gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That'll put the wraps on our pre-race coverage. When we come back, the command of fire engines for the Suburban Propane 300.
As America's #1 motor.
Yes, and that is going to be quite a sight when we get going for tonight's race. There is a huge atmosphere building as to what we could see. So, fingers crossed that you're going to enjoy it the same way we are. And we have a complete zoom in here. We can go everywhere we want. Look down at the paddock, look up at the circuit, and take all views around. So if an accident happens, we can zoom in on it. That's our webcam back for Bristol up here in the booth. Well, hello, I'll pop back in like a fairy. Going like a... Do you remember, did anyone else see Bewitched? Back in the, 1960s it was on as well. Just popping in like Andorra, really. But still, this is going to be a fantastic race. Really critical stage points on the line. Really critical events, because getting this place right is hard. They don't call it the last great Coliseum for no reason. And we've seen that tyre races really do have an effect here. Now, Bob Potgrass has given us some stats to keep an eye on for these races, and ideally these stage points that will be critical. I've got them here for you to give us a little bit more information about what we're going to be having coming into this one. Heather DeBooks is getting to work as pit reporter for CW tonight as well, so good luck to her out there on the broadcast. Green flag will come at 7:48 p.m. For the O'Reilly race. It'll be 85 stage 1 and stage 2 laps long. Stage 3 will be at 130 laps. 4 sets of tyres. Fuel ranges between 165 to 180. So we're going to be good for fuel across all stages. So tonight, again, it's all going to be about tyre management. That's going to be the thing that's going to be catching so many of these drivers out. So be warned for that coming up to it. William Solwich, though, starting on pole position from Sheldon Creek on row 1. Kyle Larson and Brandon Jones have row 2. Sam Mayer and Taylor Gray has row 3. Justin Allgaier and Carson Catfield row 4. Parker Redslav and Brendan Poole complete out on row 5. It's going to be quite an interesting one. So let's go back over and get set for the grid.
In Rockingham last week, A long journey for the 19-year-old.
Last year was not going to plan. We picked it up at the second half of the season, and my guys stood by me. And obviously, I was a rookie and made mistakes. So I've learned from those mistakes, and honestly, I think those have helped me get to where I am now. And even the start of this year hasn't gone great. So now, obviously, a lot of confidence going into Bristol. And the 18 team can obviously show that they can win.
With newfound momentum for Sawalich, the man at the top of the points, Justin Allgaier, has his sights set for win number 4. His success in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is drawing comparisons to that of Tyler Reddick in the Cup Series. A lot of success early in the season.
To do what they're doing on the Cup side is mind-blowing to me. And I'm sure that some would say the same about what we're doing in our series. I just know the amount of work that it takes and dedication that it takes in all 3 of the touring series is insane to me. And these men and women that work on these cars, I mean, look, I get to be the driver and sit up here and have the accolades for these wins, but it takes every one of those men and women that touches a race car on a weekly basis to pull the rope in the right direction.
But Bristol is a track that tends to reward experience. And we remember that 1 year ago, the troubles of others paved the road to victory for Kyle Larson.
We've got a car, Austin Hill, up into the wall on the outside. Will we stay green? So far we do.
Kyle Larson now coming to the white flag. The track is still under green flag conditions. He will take the white as Kyle Larson heads to 1.
Larson already has won O'Reilly Auto Series victory this season, less than a month ago in Vegas. So, what does this track where the unexpected becomes the norm have in store for us today? We're about to find out in the Suburban Propane 300 at Bristol on PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
What will play out over 300 laps tonight here in the world's fastest half mile, the Suburban Propane 300, alongside Nick Yeoman. My name is Brad Gilley. Ross Chastain making his way up. He will help us call the lap-by-lap play-by-play after a top 10 qualifying effort for the Food City 500 and after a run last night in the Craftsman Truck Series race. Looking forward to seeing how everything turns out after 300 laps.
It's going to be fascinating tonight, Brad. You heard in that open all about the experience that guys like Justin Allgaier have. You got to have a lot of patience over the course of 300 laps, and certainly you have to have speed, and that's what young William Sawalich has. Fresh off of a win at Rockingham, backs it up with a pole position tonight. He's only 19 years old, and he's got to hold off guys like Justin Allgaier and a 2-time Cup Series champion like Kyle Larson. Brad, this one's going to be a lot of fun tonight here at the world's fastest half mile.
Yes, it is. Looking down on pit road, you can see the over-the-wall crew members getting some conditioning loosening up, getting ready for everything that's going to happen here tonight. The drivers are buckled into their race cars, and we will go trackside with announcer Brian Hammond to get the command to fire engines here at Bristol.
Bristol Motor Speedway, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Chief Executive Officer for Suburban Propane, Mike Stavala.
Drivers, start your engine!
Now, the starting lineup presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Starting 38th, Raja Carutha, HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. Blake Lothian will start 37th in the Texas Law Book Toyota. Joey Gase rolls off 36th, the Alarm Tech Chevrolet. Garrett Smithley will start 35th in a Chevrolet. 34th will be J.J. Yaley, the Victory Custom Trailers Ford. Ryan Ellis starts 33rd in the Demco Chevrolet. Patrick Starpoli will start 32nd in the Cyforce Chevrolet. And Mason Maggio will start 31st in the Yachts Chevrolet.
Blaine Perkins starts 30th tonight in the Bubba's 33 Chevrolet alongside the Call811.com Chevrolet of Josh Williams in 29th. Greg Galding is back in NASCAR. He'll start 28th tonight in the Flywheel Chevrolet alongside Josh Balicki in the 10-Spot Tools Chevrolet. In row 13, it's LeVar Scott on the outside in the True Shine Car Wash Chevrolet alongside Austin Green in the Overplay Chevrolet. Row 12 sees Logan Bearden starting 24th in the T3 Vodka Chevrolet alongside the Global Industrial Chevrolet of Austin Hill. Starting 22nd, it's Harrison Burton in the Dead On Tools Toyota alongside Dean Thompson in 21st in the Thompson Price Pipe Group Toyota.
Rolling off 20th, Kyle Sieg, the Night Owl Company Chevrolet. The All-South Electric one-stop convenience Chevrolet of Jeremy Clements will roll off 19th. 18th, Anthony Alfredo, the Ohio Logistics Chevrolet. Brent Cruz starts 17th, the Mobile One Toyota. Sammy Smith rolls off 16th in the Pilot Chevrolet. 15th will be Connor Zillich, the Roto-Rooter Chevrolet. Corey Day starts 14th in the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. 13th, Jeb Burton, the AJ Tankline Chevrolet. Rolling off 12th, reigning champion Jesse Love in the Wheelan Chevrolet. Ryan Sieg will start 11th in the Psyops Turner Industries Chevrolet.
And now for the top 5 rows. Great qualifying run for Brennan Poole. He'll start 10th tonight in the Mac Door Systems Chevrolet alongside Parker Retzloff in the Funkaway Chevrolet. Carson Quapple qualified 8th. He'll go to the rear of the field in the High Rock Vodka Chevrolet. Justin Allgaier will start 7th in the Carolina Carport Chevrolet. Starting 6th tonight, it's Taylor Gray in the Operation 300 Toyota alongside the Audubell Chevrolet of Sam Mayer. Brandon Jones starts 4th tonight in the Menards Monster Energy Toyota alongside two-time Cup Series champion Kyle Larson in the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. And now for the front row. On the outside, it's the winner at Atlanta, Sheldon Creed, in the Ollie Chevrolet. And on the pole, fresh off of a win at Rockingham, it's William Sawalich in the Sound Gear Toyota. His speed to grab the pole, 122.733 miles per hour.
And that's your starting lineup for the Suburban Propane 300.
The starting lineup brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza. At Hunt Brothers Pizza, we love racing and we love pizza. Visit huntbrotherspizza.com or download the app to find your next pizza.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
So we're getting all set then with the drivers out on their warm-up laps. You can actually see the pictures this time out, and how cool is that? Thanks as well for Bristol's webcam and the cars just circulating behind the pace car. William Solwich on pole position with Sheldon Creed alongside, and that's going to be quite a critical factor in this entire race. JB going to be filling you in with the blanks here tonight after when the Performance Racing Network go off for their breaks. We are going to be filling in the blanks as quickly as we can. So, who are you voting for tonight? I want to know. Keep your eyes up to date because this is going to be quite an interesting race. Look at this, already setting the lap times out there for the Suburban Propane 300. JT was supposed to be alongside me in the booth tonight, which is why the broadcast has changed a little bit to me now falling into hosting and a bit of a filling in during the ad break role. Good luck, JT. I hope you feel better ASAP, mate, as the cars come round to do more pace laps as well. So I'll be dropping back from the main coverage, and then we'll go with the Performance Racing Network for play-by-play. I'll fill in the blanks. But this is going to be a very close race. Watch out for tyre wear. Please let it be a good one, like we saw last night in the Craftsman's Truck Series race. Just watching now on the world feed down there with the 41, looking in once more with Sam Mayer standing 5th. He's on the inside road down towards the first corner. That is going to be quite a critical run through. Fingers crossed, all okay. But this is going to be great running. They'll come down pit road, as you can see on your monitor, filtering through. Let's go back over to PMR Radio.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway as we get set to go green. Brad Gilley along with Nick Yeoman and Ross Chastain. Time now to survey our Napa pit reporters to find out who they feel will make it to victory lane. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. At the exit of pit road on the front straightaway, Brett McMillan, let's start with you.
Well, if you're going to let me go first, and I'm I'm going to go with a guy who I think is a prohibitive favorite. He was good here last year. He'll be good again. Kyle Larson.
All right, how about you, Doug Turnbull?
All right, since I'm going to go second there, I could take someone that was a low-hanging fruit, but I want to go just a little more obscure than that. In fact, David Stiles played at this seat in my garden here, so I'm going to go with Sheldon Creed. 3 straight top 5s here. He rolls off in the second position, and he got his first win in Atlanta just a few weeks ago.
How about Andrew Curlin on the backstretch?
I will take a Cup driver, but he was a pretty darn good O'Reilly Auto Parts Series driver last year. Connor Zilic finished 5th last time we were here at Bristol. He's starting 15th, but I think he wins it.
And at the entrance of pit road, David Stiles.
I'll take a guy who this is his favorite racetrack of all. He's led 184 laps here in the past. Give me the 41, Sam Mayer.
All right, there we go. That's our pit road preview. The cars are actually stopped behind the pace car while the field catches up after setting their tachometers to check pit road speed. That will allow us to introduce Ross Chastain after a top 10 qualifying effort for the Food City 500. Welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is shaping up to be an incredible night of O'Reilly Series racing. Great sunset off turn 2 as the cars are doubling up 2x2. Got a great opportunity to have a great race right here tonight.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. No doubt about it. Watching Carson Kvapil drop to the rear of the field. He changed engines, has to give up that top 10 qualifying run. As Ross touched on, that sun is almost completely set behind the backstretch grandstands, high atop those grandstands.
They are, and we are almost set to go green. The field just coming round. Our TV picture synced up with what you're seeing back at home as well. So I'll call the start, hand over to Performance Racing Network, and then we are ready to go. So, stand by, everybody, for the Suburban Propane 300. 300 laps around the last great Coliseum at Bristol Motor Speedway. It is one of the greatest racing spectacles in all of NASCAR. The Corvette will peel off, and we will get ready to drop the green flag for 300 laps, 85 laps in stage 1. They come out the last corner, and the green flag falls, and we go racing here at Bristol. The O'Reillys are running down to turn 1. Is everyone going to make it through safely? Yes, they are. Great start from William Solwich. He comes ahead of Brandon Jones. Just coming in further back as well. Sheldon Creed taking 3rd position. It's good so far as they enter turn 3 and 4 and already complete that one. We've got a little bit of a tailback coming through, and the caution's out already. And that's because the 91 of Mason Magalio as well has dropped back and is spun round, as you can see on the monitor. So the caution has come out already. So caution is out. Session is going to fall back behind the pace car. We didn't even make it one run. Let's head down to the Performance Racing Network.
1 lap in, and Brad, we already see the yellow flag in the air.
Caution number 1 on lap number 1. Tough break for Mason Maggio, but his car does continue, and it looks like that one is damage-free. And Ross, not the way you want to start a race, but at least it looks like he's going to have an opportunity to finish it.
It's amazing to spin out at Bristol and not hit anything as far as safer barriers go. There is a donut mark on the right side door of his number 91 car for Mario Goslin. So we'll get a look at the replay here as they come off of turn 2, guys. This is the first time we see several cars out of shape. He's further back. I missed maybe the beginning. Hard to tell if he got into the inside, the left side door of somebody, but went around and lucky to not hit anybody. Maybe got into the driver's door, the 5, and then help from behind.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Ellis was that car right there behind him. So good for Mason Maggio that he doesn't have an issue with his car, at least one that is going to cause him to come down pit road for repairs. But William Sawalis jumped out to the lead pretty quick in this one. Brandon Jones runs in second. But we are going to go down to pit road right now and check in with Andrew Curlin.
This is a good opportunity, I feel like, to talk about some radio chatter from Jesse Love and his team. He was starting on the top side for the initial start. They told him in the truck race you have about 2 laps for the top to work, then you have to get back down. And Jesse Love was saying, just help me, get down as soon as possible. Doug Turnbull.
And Justin Allgaier here started the 7th position. Really 1 lap under green, and he already radioed back to his crew chief, Andrew Overstreet, and said, hey, this set of tires compared to our practice set is way more into the racetrack. And his crew chief, of course, before his crew chief could even correct him, he said, hey, I know it takes a while for this run to settle down at the pace to get to what it needs to be. Overstreet radios back to him and says, that's the veteran in you, buddy. Just take it one step at a time.
Ross, how temperature sensitive is this track? They practiced and qualified with the sun bearing down on it. Now it's turning to nighttime.
Yeah, we've had complete shade for for this race, since the drivers were at pre-race driver introductions. They saw that the sun was behind the grandstand. So, yes, no direct sunlight on the concrete. Now, I believe concrete is more stable in my mind than asphalt, but the tire combinations at Bristol have the tendency to drastically change how we feel inside the car. So, yes, Justin Allgaier, veteran of this series, and would be able to navigate, the difference in practice to the race with Andrew Overstreet on top of the box.
Did have a couple takers to pit lane. Obviously, Mason Maggio brought his car to pit lane for the team to look that car over after that single car spin. We also see Raja Carruth, who did not qualify with some brake issues, going to come in. Looks like just going to top off with some fuel. He will rejoin the field at the rear of the field. One of those drivers, Brad, going for $100,000. There are 4 in the field. Highest finishing driver between Raja, Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, and our pole sitter and current leader, William Sawalich, going to take home a cool $100,000.
And they're literally on both sides of the field right now, with William Sawalich leading, and Raja Carruth is actually going to start one spot in front of the back, as Mason Maggio will actually end up choosing behind him. And the choose is happening right now. Sawalich once again goes to the top. Sheldon Creed's going to go to the bottom, Pat Patterson.
Yes, that's where they're going to line up. Basically, that we just had a rehearsal. Now maybe we can get this going. Lights out on the pace car, and once again, Creed up here right alongside William Sawalich, then Larson and Jones right there together. Taylor Gray in that third row with Sam Mayer. That's the way they're getting.
So here we go then, time for the restart. Let's see what we're going to have as we will go green on lap 7 with 300. The pace car peels in, they come out of turn 4 as you can see on your screens, and it's time to drop the green flag. And again, William Sawalich backs him up massively, but away we go, and it's a good start from him. It looks like everything's got away green this time. Through turn 1 and 2 cleanly, William Sawalich taking the high racing line. Brandon Jones keeping down low. Nothing really as a massive problem, and it is Sheldon. Sheldon Creed has gone ahead of Brandon Jones. Jones has just really lost out on that outside line on the previous run, as you can see. Let's head back to the Performance Racing Network.
Creed into turn number 1.
Sawalich trying to make it work from the outside position here. He's going to be able to do that. He pulls 2 car lengths out in front of Brandon Jones, who's top the hot side of the racetrack.
William Sawalich leading, but it is a side-by-side battle right behind him. Brandon Jones on the outside of Sheldon Creed into 1.
Creed down the bottom of the racetrack. Jones locked upstairs, and Taylor Gray looking for any place to get some running room here.
Brandon Jones takes a look to the inside of Sheldon Creed. He'll get back in line. Best battle is for 4th. It is Kyle Larson on the inside. Taylor Gray looking strong on the outside.
Larson nowhere to go here. He's kind of trapped at the bottom of the racetrack. Loses the nose of the car momentarily there. Gathers it back in.
That was a heck of a save. He was going to tuck in behind Taylor Gray in 5th, but he says, you know what? I think I'll drive to your inside. Side-by-side battle for 4th, back into 1.
Taylor Gray in that white and yellow car holding Larson down at the bottom of the racetrack. Nothing he can do now. Tries to fight back again. Sam Mayer gets into the back of the 54 momentarily.
Yeah, Gray was pinned to the outside trying to get around Larson. That opens the door for Sam Mayer. Looking for that 5th spot. They'll go side-by-side into 1.
Mayer's won a lot of races at this place. He'd love to win another sword here tonight. Side-by-side he goes with Taylor Gray. They enter turn 3.
Taylor Gray's going to have to find the bottom if he wants to make something happen behind him. Another side-by-side battle. Give Brennan Poole credit. He is on the outside of Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, Allgaier has the inside position. Now he'll pull away from Poole. Poole needs to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Can't make it happen because Jesse Love is right there.
Yeah, Brennan Poole gives up the 7th spot to Justin Allgaier. Now he's going to give up the 8th spot to Jesse Love. Now, Pat, he will find that bottom groove of the racetrack in turn 1.
Boy, and that's key right now. You want to be down there where the grip is, and that's where the leaders are running. And we're looking at Corey Day now trying to move up a spot as he works turn 3.
This time by will complete lap number 13. William Sawalich leads it, but bearing down on him is Sheldon Creed.
Creed about not even a half car length behind the leader as they work their way into turn 3.
At the bottom of the racetrack, it is William Sawalich. He's led every lap so far, but Sheldon Creed putting the pressure on. They're separated by just a car length into turn 1.
20 cars all the way around the racetrack at the very bottom of the racetrack. No side-by-side racing, although Creed is doing everything he can to hold on to the bumper of the leader.
Looking back a little further, Carson Quapple's trying to make something happen. They had to do an engine change. Carson Quapple is running 24th right now, working his way up toward the front, however. The next car he's going to try to drive in the inside of is Austin Hill.
Austin Hill working the bottom side of the racetrack in that number 21 Chevy as he tries to protect that position.
Beautiful day glow orange number on that number 9 machine of Carson Quapple. He gets right to the back bumper of Austin Hill, loosens him up, gets to the inside. Pat, though, goes side by side into one.
He's got to hold that spot now. He'll really take that left tire down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take the spot. Austin Hill now trying to fall back in line.
Couple of battles right up front, Pat, between Sawalich and Creed. Then you've got Jones and Larson.
Both of them are good, and Creed is trying to hold on about 2 car lengths off. A little further back there, Larson trying to size up Jones in 3.
Yeah, let's focus on that second battle. That's Kyle Larson who's digging on the bottom. In fact, Brandon Jones gets sideways off of 4, nearly slapped the wall. Patty, he hung on to it, but he'll give up that 3rd position.
That was a Christmas present to Larson given early right there. He just jumped up out of the way and made room for that number 88.
William Sawalich is not driving away from the lead, however. Just 1 car length separates him from Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, those 2 guys are going to catch traffic not too long from now. They work their way off turn at number 2. Again, separation about a car length and a half. And Larson now with an opportunity to catch them.
After Larson passed Brandon Jones, he's put about 3 or 4 car lengths between himself and that Toyota. So it is Sawalich, Creed, and then Larson into turn 1.
Looking at Brandon Jones a little further back there. Then there's Sam Mayer, Taylor Gray, and Justin Allgaier making headway as he works his way down the back stretch.
This time by, we will complete lap number 21 as that battle for the lead continues. Now it's a 3-car fight. Kyle Larson's driven up to the back bumper of Sheldon Creed.
It's like watching the Jaws movie. You can just hear the music. Here comes Larson. He gets right to the bumper of Creed now. Going to be a battle for second here, probably right in front of you guys.
Boy, he got right to the back bumper trying to loosen Sheldon Creed up off of turn 4. Got all the run that he needs. Kyle Larson gets to the left rear quarter panel.
He just got such good rhythm. Creed has to go upstairs to get out of the way, duck back in line to not lose another spot, move Larson up to the 2nd spot.
Kyle Larson now running in 2nd behind last week's winner and tonight's pole sitter, William Sawalich. The gap just 3 car lengths back into 1.
Here they come into turn number 1. Again, Sawalich with a nice rhythm and lead over Larson. Behind him is Creed, then it's Jones, then it's Mayer.
If you're William Sawalich, not sure if you want to look ahead at the lap traffic or behind at that 2-time Cup Series champion. Kyle Larson's closed at the 2 car lengths.
Yeah, he is definitely going to catch him in just one moment when you look at Sawalich as he works his way down the backstretch. Here comes Larson ever so closer, and the field is about to start catching lap traffic.
Opening laps after the restart, Kyle Larson was loose. He hung on to it. Now he's fighting for the lead.
Here comes Larson right to the bumper of Sawalich. Won't go up and rough him up any. Just going to work him hard down the backstretch as they're going to catch some lap traffic.
Nose to tail into turn number 3. Larson gets a little loose at the entrance of turn 3. He'll have to gather it back up. It's just a half a car length difference between Sawalich and Larson.
Everything's going to bottle up now as they catch the lap traffic and there's nowhere to go. Sawalich has got to work his way around the number 74 car as he works into turn 2.
Sawalich takes the high side to try and put a lap on Blake Lothian. It looks like he's going to be successful in doing that. He'll stay on the high side around Garrett Smithley.
And all the leaders now are going to work the outside lane. Sawalich doing a good job of it. Larson is right there. Creed following, Jones as well.
Kyle Larson's going to stay to the top side. He's going to try to go the long way around William Sawalich. They are even, Pat, at the start-finish line.
Yep, move Young Money up here if he can pull down and take the spot. William Sawalich at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll hold on to that 2nd spot. Then you've got Creed right behind him for 3rd.
Ross Chastain, we just saw Kyle Larson take the lead from the high side. Is that upper groove coming in?
I don't know if it is, but those lap cars force the leaders up there, which Larson has to continue to cycle around the top. The top 7 cars are all within shouting distance of each other.
We will come back here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll complete 30 laps next time by. Kyle Larson leads William Sawalich, Sheldon Creed, Brandon Jones, and Sam Mayer, your top 5.
Well, what an amazing opening 30 laps with 1 caution already coming out. Larson has the advantage at the front of the field, so that already is a very strong tank. He's got Sheldon Creed behind him by 0.805 of a second. Solwich in 3rd position. Brandon Jones coming in P4. Sam Mayer in P5. Allgaier is in 6th. As we ride on board now, just looking further back as well on our international pictures that we see. We're watching ahead is the 17. So this is on board with Connor Zilich running at the moment. down. Well, Zilich Wade. Where is he? I can't even see him on my timing monitor. Down in 12th position. Corey Day is in 11th and trying to go on the outside. The 17th's making light work of some of the traffic that they're having up here as well. So not really a surprise of what we're seeing in majority of this place. But I think it's working quite well. There's a nice momentum pushing them along as, again, Zilich tries to take the low line. As, again, going up high goes the 17 again. So this Corey Day trying to find some more room on the circuit with the higher line through here at Bristol. Zilich sticking on the low line. Fuel is good, remember, running 165 to 180 laps. This is all going to be down pretty much to tyres and just finding your groove in. Stage 1 and Stage 2 should be perfectly fine. This is all going to be down to Stage 3. And cautions breed cautions here. We know that, as we saw last night in the Craftsman's Truck Series race. As we see Heidi saying, I just need Sheldon Creed to win his second win. Well, I hope so too. And good evening to Doris. Hello to Corbin out here as well. Corbin says, I think there was some DNFs before the night's over. I think you're right. Bob's agreeing with you. Hi, Bob. Jason saying, go Cletus as well. Falcone says, I take Olga for a victory out here tonight as well. Keep your comments coming in here on JB Motorsports, as you can see all the action. Brilliant that for this race we've got a track camera as well. Absolutely love Bristol for that. We didn't have it last year though because the webcam was going under some maintenance, but it's back up and running here and we get to see all the action, and including tomorrow's cup race. I can't wait for that when me and the boys will be back on the call. We've got a battle going on here between the 7, the 41, the 2, the 54 and the 99, so they're all sort of bunched up coming around the back straight trying to find some things coming in. Corbin says, hi JB, found your channel with the same track in the fall of last year because the signal has been disconnected somehow. Hopefully you're having a brilliant stream and you can actually see the action as well coming out there. Right, PRN is back up and running as Carson is coming up from 17th position from last as things stand. Let's go back over to the Performance Racing Network. On lap 43, now lap 44.
We are back at Bristol Motor Speedway. 41 laps completed in the Suburban Propane 300. Brad Gilley alongside Nick Yeoman and Ross Chastain. Pat Patterson calling things up in the turns. Our Napa pit reporters, Brett McMillan, Doug Turnbull, Andrew Curlin, and the man we go to now at the entrance of pit road, David Stiles.
The crew chief for Carson Quapple, Philip Bell, asked his driver on the radio, how does the car feel? He says, it feels phenomenal. He's making his way up through the field like a shark. He's gained 16 positions, fellas.
Thank you very much, David. That is great for Carson Quapple, and right now that number 9 runs in the 17th spot. Remember, Quapple started in the back due to an engine change, and that thing is just moving and grooving, Nick.
Ross, you and I have been watching a bit of a hornet's nest. This is around 6th, 7th, 8th. Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, Taylor Gray. They're dealing with lap traffic, and the lap traffic is not necessarily cooperating, but then again, it's Bristol. Why should they?
No, and they're trying to run their own race. They're racing each other. Josh Williams was inside of his teammate, the 91, and they almost all got together with Justin Allgaier. So a lot of close racing right before we went to break. We saw the top 7 all on the same straightaway. Kyle Larson has driven away to his own straightaway with Sheldon Creed in tow, but that group, for like you said, the back half of the top 10, a lot of race cars changing position as we race.
Yeah, right now Kyle Larson is a man on a mission. He's already lapped up to 27th, and that's where Rajah Caruth is running right now. We welcome to the booth here for the Suburban Propane 300 the CEO of Suburban Propane, Mike Stavala. Mike, it was great seeing you down there on the pre-race stage. Great having you up here.
Great, thanks for having me. What a wonderful experience that was.
It really was. It was pretty awesome. Look, Suburban Propane has done so much in NASCAR. We'll talk about that in a second. But in the community as well, the service you provide, the reliability you provide. Tell us a little bit about the company.
So the company's going on almost 100 years in business. We're in 42 states. We have 3,300 employees. We serve 1 million customers across this great nation. We're so proud of our safety record, and our customers can rely on us for their home heating and cooking. And our whole mantra at Suburban Propane is reliability, taking care of the customer first.
And that's a wonderful thing. One thing that a lot of people at the racetrack definitely realize that I want to thank you for in NASCAR, we see a lot of track drying equipment on the racetrack, but the one thing is always the last thing to dry is pit road. Suburban Propane has actually come up with that solution, which has been fantastic on wet weather days, but you do so much more here at the track.
Yeah, so we certainly do the track dryers, but we're also providing all the propane for the concession stands. We're out in the campgrounds providing propane for the campers if they need to fill up their tanks, whether it's for their barbecue cylinders or for their showers. We're out there with our bobtails and our service techs and drivers that are out making sure customers have what they need out in the campgrounds and in the stadium.
Yeah, it truly is amazing, and we just want to thank you for what we do. I know this is a Suburban Propane 300, but we see you all season long in NASCAR tracks.
It's a beautiful relationship. We're able to go to every race, virtually every race. We do about 26 races on the circuit, and our teams from New Hampshire to California are involved every single weekend, taking care of customers at the races.
We appreciate it. It is awesome. And look, these drivers are doing a great job making your Suburban Propane 300 race an amazing one. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, there he is. Mike Stavala, the CEO of Suburban Propane, joining us here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
We're at 31 laps to go here in stage number 1. If you're just joining us, it has been the Kyle Larson Show. He has opened up a 4.1 second lead over Sheldon Creed. Brandon Jones starting to run Sheldon down, though. Sheldon has been stuck in lap traffic. Let's give you the top 10. It's Larson, your race leader. Creed is second. Brandon Jones runs in third. William Sawalich is fourth. Justin Allgaier is in the fifth position. Sixth right now is Jesse Love. Sam Mayer is seventh. Parker Retzlaff runs in the eighth spot. Taylor Gray is ninth. Connor Zilich is up to 10.
Ryan Sieg running 11th. 12th is Corey Day. Brennan Poole is 13th. 14th, Sammy Smith. Brent Cruz 15th. 16th is Jeb Burton. Carson Quapple up to 17th. Harrison Burton is 18th. 19th, Anthony Alfredo. Dean Thompson is 20th.
21st is Jeremy Clements. Kyle Sieg already a lap down in 22nd. That is how fast Kyle Larson is. Austin Hill is a lap down in 23rd. Blaine Perkins is 24th. 25th is Austin Green. 26th is Raja Karuth. 27th right now is Josh Balicki. Greg Galding runs in 28th. It is Logan Bearden in 29th. J.J. Yaley in 30th.
Logan Bearden just dropped down to 30th. LeVar Scott now 31st. Patrick Staropoli 32nd. Ryan Ellis 33rd. Josh Williams 34th. Mason Maggio 35th. Joey Gase runs 36th. Blake Lothian runs 37th, and Garrett Smithley is 38th. That leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
And we've got a caution. Caution's come out. I can't see why on our monitor. There's no car around as far as I can see, but the yellow has been flown. Keeping an eye on all... there it is. Look, coming in just at the bottom of our screen. Car going slow. Going on the high line. And that's stuck on the racing line. And that has brought out the full course yellow. It's the 87 who has brushed the wall, I'm afraid, chaps. It's green. So that's going to bring out our second caution of the night. Austin Green for the Peterson Racing Group has hit the wall. And now we will go under our second caution of the night as the field will get bunched up. PRN.
Propane 300. Austin Green, an issue with his race car. He was riding around the top trying to get to the bottom, but this half mile is just filled with cars. He was not able to safely do it. So NASCAR brings out the caution after 63 laps complete. Stage 1 will end at lap 85. From Bristol Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Yep, so the caution comes out due to the 87 having that issue. So it stops with Larson in the lead. Creed is second, Jones third, Solwich in fourth, Allgaier fifth, Love sixth, Parker Retzlaff in seventh, Mayer eighth, Gray ninth, Zilich rounds out the top 10 and critically would take stage points as things would stand. The 88 is coming down pit road, I can tell you. So that's going to be an interesting one. Corbin says, hey JB, I have a church friend who is an F1 fan. We are both as well SDA. Well, that's fantastic news. Absolutely. Formula One is an absolutely amazing series. And I know we started off this new regulations a bit dodgy, but I have every faith that they'll get a hold of that quickly. It's a bit like when we started with new regulations in NASCAR a couple of years ago as well, how it took a while for it to come up, and I think we all agree with the improved power on short tracks. It's really made the racing a bit more good racing. Pit stop battles are open, as you can see down there. Let's go to PRN.
Pit road immediately open. Let's start on the front stretch with Napa pit reporter Doug Turnbull.
Leader Kyle Larson down and away. 4 tires and fuel, a chassis adjustment, and a long pit stop for Justin Allgaier. He loses several spots. Brett McMillan.
Brandon Jones said that the car came to him as far as rotating. He would like to be able to rotate through the turns a little bit better. Parker Retzlaff getting a 4-tire change. A little slow on the left side as he pulls away. David Stiles.
Yeah, Sam Mayer said that he likes his car, but they need a little bit of a track bar adjustment. He got 4 tires and fuel. William Sawalich also in with 4 tires and fuel. Sammy Smith, tight, burned up the right front. He says, I need a little bit of an adjustment. Those are my 3 on my side of pit road. Andrew Curlin.
Jesse Love came in. He said he got tighter as the run went on, but he told Danny Stockman Jr., his crew chief, the bigger problem is he has too much wheel in the center of the corner when the car loads the most. Connor Zilich also came in for 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. He complained of a tight condition as well as he's trying to work his way up through the field, guys.
Kyle Larson wins the race off of pit lane, followed by a pair of Joe Gibbs Toyotas, Brandon Jones and William Sawalich. Then it is Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier off of pit lane in 5th, Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, and Connor Zilich. In that order, Brad exiting pit lane.
As soon as they come back around, we'll give you a rundown of where they're going to restart the next time through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. First, though, let's go down to Doug Turnbull.
And you may not be surprised to hear, but Kyle Larson did come down, like I mentioned before, 4 tires and fuel. And crew chief Marty Lindley said, hey, we're not going to adjust a thing. Larson didn't complain about it, but Lindley did say by the later pit stops here, probably by stage 3 or so, when the track's really starting to change, that's when they'll start starting to work on that. I'm also looking at the tires that came off of Justin Allgaier's car. Not very much wear at all, so no need for any alarm just yet, anyway, for that team. And lastly, Austin Green, the reason he brought out the yellow, he cut a tire. They also had something under the car. A brake duct cut a tire in practice. A very dejected rookie driver, that number 87 there, with early problems tonight.
Ross Chastain, I mean, this has to be absolute strategy right now. They're going to be able to bypass pit road at the end of stage 1, it sounds like.
That's right, and for your leader, Kyle Larson, before the caution, no points worried about on that 88 car, but for somebody like Ryan Sieg, Anthony Alfredo, and Jeremy Clements, all 3 electing to stay out, looking for those stage points here as we end stage 1, as we go green with a little more than 15 laps to go.
This is going to be exciting. Let's give you a rundown here. Ryan Sieg will restart as your leader. Anthony Alfredo is 2nd. Jeremy Clements is 3rd. They all stayed out, as Ross mentioned. Kyle Larson runs in 4th, followed by Brandon Jones. William Sawalich is 6th. Sheldon Creed 7th. Justin Allgaier 8th. Jesse Love 9th. Sam Mayer is in 10th.
11th is Connor Zilich. Parker Retzlaff is going to restart in 12th. Taylor Gray is in the 13th position. 14th is Corey Day. Sammy Smith is 15th. Brennan Poole runs in the 16th position. 17th is Brent Cruz. 18th is Carson Quapple. 19th is Jeb Burton. And 20th is Dean Thompson.
11 cars will take the wave around, by the way, and they will get a lap back. Continuing down the field, Austin Hill runs in 21st. 22nd, Kyle Sieg. Blaine Perkins, 23rd. 24th, Rajah Caruth. Josh Balicki, 25th. J.J. Yaley, 26th. 27th, Gray Galding. Logan Bearden is 28th. 29th, LeVar Scott. Patrick Staropoli runs 30th.
Mason Maggio being shown a lap down in 31st. Josh Williams, his teammate, is 32nd. Harrison Burton is 33rd. Ryan Ellis runs in the 34th position. 35th right now is Joey Gase. Austin Green, who brought out that yellow, is 36th. Blake Lothian is 37th. And Garrett Smithley is 38th. Again, we mentioned Austin Green brought out that yellow. That was a tense moment, Ross Chastain. He was stuck up on the outside of the racetrack, 50, 60 miles per hour off the pace, and we were all hoping he could find a way to get to pit lane. But, boy, just way too busy here at Bristol.
Right before they threw the caution, NASCAR, I believe, was watching the same thing we were. There was a gap. He turned, but with a flat right front, the car wouldn't go fast enough. We were both about to slap each other like that hole was close.
Yep, that is the case, but now we are all set for the green flag to come back out. The pace car will come in, and we will stand by to restart the action I think I agree with you there, Coleman. We should remove the stages. Welsh got to be the lead of the CW. But anyway, getting ready. Pace car peels in. And we go green here in Bristol. Down to turn 1. Ryan Sieg leading well from Anthony Alfredo in second. Kyle Larson in third. Brandon Jones in fourth. They've all got through the first 2 corners safely. Now in front of Urge, you can see how Ryan Sieg's got a big advantage over Anthony Alfredo. Coming up on the low line, Kyle Larson's dropped back into third position. So far, so good on that restart. The 51 just dropped back absolutely massively. Nowhere for him to go on that restart. Got completely swapped out. So Ryan Sieg will lead that one. And so far, they're all looking okay. And, yep, well, actually, saying that, watch out for Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Larson, and Sheldon Creed. That battle for 2, 3, and 4 running in close. Let's return to PRN.
Larson down at the bottom of the racetrack now is going to try to close the gap on the leader. Here's Sieg leading midway down the backstretch into turn 3.
Alfredo will give Larson plenty of room. Larson gets a little sideways, though, under throttle. He is still sideways. That stacks up. Brandon Jones almost got to the back of him as they all sorted out in turn 1.
Wow, Jones had to hit the binders big time to keep from running over, and that again stacked everybody up behind him, and that gave Ryan Sieg the perfect opportunity.
Pretty sure Larson barely lifted as he was getting sideways, because now he's fighting once again for second with Alfredo.
Yeah, and he's going to go up and move Alfredo. Gives him a nice shove up the racetrack. Old Bristol in play there as he takes that spot away.
Alfredo gets right back in line. Try to run on the inside line. Sheldon Creed gets to his back bumper. Alfredo gets sideways off of Ford. Give Sheldon Creed that third spot in 1.
Anthony Alfredo needs to get the message. There are a whole lot of faster cars behind you. Here's the leader once again heading into 3, Ryan Sieg.
10 laps to go in stage number 1. Ryan Sieg about a 4-car length advantage over Kyle Larson. Then it's Sheldon Creed. Brandon Jones has now moved into 4.
4th place is Brandon Jones, and Justin Allgaier is right there behind him. William Sawallich is in that mix as well. Those cars dice up into the bottom of the racetrack.
Boy, there is some fighting around the 9th or 10th position, including Sam Mayer and Connor Zilich. They both hip-checked each other a moment ago in turn 1. Leaders, though, Pat, are on the backstretch.
Yeah, they were still leaning on each other going into turns 1 and 2. Here's Sieg, bottom of the racetrack. Larson, 4-car lengths back.
For the 3 cars that stayed out, Anthony Alfredo right now is the only one that has a chance at stage points, and he is actually going to drop to the 7th spot.
Yeah, he's got his hands full. Justin Allgaier trying to make a move on Jones right in front of him in the number 20 car. Here's Sieg back to the lead in the corner.
Yep, pressure starting to mount for Ryan Sieg because Kyle Larson has caught him. They are nose to tail, Pat, into turn 1.
Larson goes right to the bottom of the racetrack. He could move him if he wanted to, and he is right there on the bumper. Here goes Larson inside, going to try to get positioned into turn number 3. Sieg gives way, goes to the top side.
Ryan Sieg has to go way high, but he's going to hang on door to door. Sieg the advantage at the start-finish line.
Well, he's a hard guy to pass, and everybody knows that. Larson just found that out, but here comes Larson. Sieg moves right behind him, and it feeds into the corner.
Yeah, Larson tiptoeing a little bit on the inside line through 3 and 4 after that big moment about 10 laps ago, but he has cleared Ryan Sieg. Now Sieg's going to have to try to hold off Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed with some fresh tires there now. He's working hard in that 3rd spot. There they go down into turn 3. Larson out front.
Sheldon Creed now bearing down on the back bumper of Ryan Sieg. Ryan Sieg, though, he's still hanging on by about 2 car lengths on Kyle Larson.
Yeah, he is a good, tough, short track racer. Good racer overall. Not good enough to hold off the 00. Creed now trying to take that spot away.
This is honestly super impressive, though, for Ryan Sieg on those old tires to hang as strong as he has. He'll give up the 2nd spot as Sheldon Creed darts to the inside and takes it into turn 1.
Yeah, and right behind Creed and right behind him is going to be that Justin Allgaier. He's going to go up now and wrestle with the 39.
Going to be 2 laps to go in stage number 1 this time by. Justin Allgaier wrestles from the top side. Ryan Sieg able to hang on to the bottom and maintain that 3rd spot.
He stands in that 3rd spot, half a car length back. Brandon Jones is there. William Sawallich is right behind this group. But here's Larson leading down the backstretch.
Stage 1 of the Suburban Propane 300 will come across the line to take the green-white checkered flag, and it will be Kyle Larson winning Stage 1 here at Bristol. Sheldon Creed in 2nd, Ryan Sieg 3rd, then ahead of Allgaier, Jones, Holwich, Zilich, Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, and Corey Day will pick up top 10. Kyle Larson wins Stage 1 here at Bristol. Well, that was a surprise. Didn't see that one coming, but stage points will come up shortly.
7th, Jesse Love in 8th. 9th is Sam Mayer. Corey Day will finish stage 1 in 10th.
Well, Well, there's the results then as they come through. The first stage is complete here for the Suburban Propane 300, and that is a critical one for especially coming through for Kyle Larson. Sheldon Creed got the fastest lap time there on that last lap by on a run, so that is not bad at all. He's at the best speed coming into it. Ryan Sieg third, Justin Allgaier fourth, Jones fifth. Kyle Larson will be hard to beat, says Wesley. I think you're right as well. Colbin saying that Larson sucks coming into it as well. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's exactly what JB Motorsports is all about. We want to hear from you. We want to keep everybody thinking the same thing. What are you going to be expecting? Let us know what you think. Backer Downer, took the stage. Let's go. Way to go, the driver. Yep, looks to be an interesting run. So, it is an 85-lap Stage 2, same distance as we have in Stage 1. So, be prepared to see what we're going to have next time by. So, we're just waiting for PRN to come back from station break. And then we'll get it all together. You can see the circulation's beginning still. So, just having a quick look at the timeline in that last one as well. Kyle Larson wins Stage 1. To come on, that's his 20th NOS stage win for Kyle Larson. NASCAR O'Reilly Series stage win, of course. So well done for Kyle Larson on that one. Sheldon Creed got up into second, coming off of turn 4, passing Ryan Sieg. Larson also got it off turn 2. Austin Hill was the free pass last time by, but if you're just joining us, at the start of the race, Carson Capfield was sent to the rear for an engine change. Rahaj Karuth for unapproved adjustments, and also a hub issue in practice made he did not do a lap in qualifying. William Solwich led us away from the green flag from the outside. Sheldon Creed on the inside. William Solwich clears for the lead by turn 1. Jones took the outside. Sheldon Creed second and clears for the spot. Turn 3. Caution was out though for Mason Maggio spinning on the backstretch near the 31st. Restart came on lap 7. William Solwich getting away from the outside from Sheldon Creed on the inside, and he led early on. Second caution of the night came on lap 63 for Austin Green, slowing on the backstretch with a flat tyre. When we went green, it was good to the end where Kyle Larson took stage 1. Let's go back to PRN.
Said that he thinks that his water and his oil temps are too high. He thinks oil's about 260, and he asked him to check for trash on the grill. Also, Austin Green, who had a cut tire earlier, just pitted there to try to weld or saw something off the bottom of the car.
How about it? All right, we'll keep it up here then. So unfortunate for them for sure, but at least you got a caution here in the stage. Pit road has not opened yet. Actually, the pit road has just opened, and Ryan Sieg is going to be the first one to come down. Let's go ahead and sweep through the pits, and we're going to start at the entrance of pit road on the back straightaway with David Stiles.
Yeah, William Sawalich started this race on the pole. They're battling a little bit of a heat issue. They've got it cooled back down, and they're going to try to stay out and see what happens. Andrew Curlin.
One driver who is so thankful for Goodyear tires is Anthony Alfredo, who stayed out. They said, way to hang on there. He said on the radio, wow, I was wrecking there at the end. Other drivers in my section, Jesse Love, he's building tight. He wants more security on entry next time they come down pit road. Doug Turnbull.
And Jeremy Clement stayed out last time. He's going to come into the service of his crew after getting drop kicked out of the top 10. He's the only one pitting on my side that's on the lead lap, as several of the lap cars coming as well. Brett McMillan.
Ryan Sieg stayed out, and he decided to go ahead. He took the lead, ended up in third. Not bad for a guy that came in 14th in points. He got some stage points. He needs help on entry. They're giving him a 4-tire change. Also giving him a chassis adjustment on the right side, and he heads back out, feeling pretty good about the way things went.
Thank you very much to our Napa Auto Parts pit reporters. We will come back, give you a full field rundown, and get the green flag for stage number 2 here in the Suburban Propane 300.
Yeah, all set then for the next stage to come underway, and we will be going green. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be quite an exciting little run before we head back into the green flag. We are getting the driver tracker set up, though, for those brief moments that we have to go to a different stream page for when there is ad breaks. We just want to give you the best racing action possible. Right now, though, we are waiting to see what's happening because we haven't got our usual pictures for some reason up here in the booth. So confusing you, confusing me as we wait to go back to green flag running here. But hopefully everyone's getting set for a good run. I need to change mics. Hang on. There we go. Trying to do two different things at the same time is not easy with only one microphone in hand. So a headset is sometimes required and necessary as we prepare. Following the race with 1/64 scale NASCAR stock cars. Oh, that's one way to go. I hope you're enjoying it as we get ready. Just taking a look out there on the circuit. It's such a tight race, isn't it? Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen next, and nobody knows exactly what the overall feel is going to be. But everybody is the same. We're excited. We know that this is going to be good because we just hope it is. It's sort of that unexpected hope that I think is going to give us a brilliant run. So I'm looking forward to this one. I hope you are too back at home. Because it will be special. It's going to be spectacular when we head back to green flag. Are they getting ready? No, still under it at the moment. Kyle Larson will continue in the lead of it after his previous stints, so not too badly at the moment. Just information, Harrison Burton is the free pass this time by. Ryan Sieg in third, Anthony Alfredo, Jeremy Clements, Rahaj Caruth, Kyle C, Josh Bilicki, Blaine Perkins, JJ Yellowly, Levi Scott, Logan Bearden, then Gray Golding and Patrick Stalpoli. They were the drivers who came into the pits. Let's go back to the performance racing.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway, about to take the green flag in stage number 2. Let's give you a full field rundown, brought to you by State Water Heaters. When you need a water heater, make sure you get a State. Visit statewaterheaters.com to find a professional installer near you.
Kyle Larson is your race leader after picking up the win in stage number 1. Sheldon Creed runs in the second position. Justin Allgaier is third. Brandon Jones is fourth. William Sawalich is fifth. Connor Zillich right now in the sixth position. Jesse Love is up to seventh. Sam Mayer is eighth. Corey Day runs in ninth. Sammy Smith has the final spot in the top 10.
He started in the back after an engine change. He now runs 11th. Carson Quapple. Brent Cruz runs in 12th. 13th, Parker Retzloff. Jeb Burton runs in 14th. 15th is Brennan Poole. Dean Thompson, 16th. 17th is Austin Hill. Taylor Gray, 18th. 19th after pitting at the end of the stage, Ryan Sieg. Anthony Alfredo in 20th.
Yeah, all of these cars 20th on back also took the chance to come to pit lane, including 21st place Jeremy Clements. 22nd is Raja Caruth. Blaine Perkins runs in 23rd. Kyle Sieg is 24th. 25th is Patrick Staropoli. J.J. Yaley is 26th. LeVar Scott runs in the 27th position. Greg Galding is 28th. 29th right now is Harrison Burton. And 30th is Logan Bearden.
Josh Bilicki, 31st. 32nd, Ryan Ellis. Josh Williams, 33rd. Mason Maggio, 34th. 35th is Joey Case. Blake Lothian is 36th. 37th, Austin Green. Garrett Smithley is 38th. And we stay under the yellow. We'll go around at least one more time before getting the one to go. And Ross, you spent a lot of time on the track already this weekend. Ran the Truck Series race last night. Qualified in the top 10 for the Cup Series race. What do we know of Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend?
I'm seeing a new track in this O'Reilly Series race that I have not seen personally on track yet. Cars moving up, and these O'Reilly Auto Parts Series cars do have that tendency here, but I saw a lot of bottom running. I tried it in the truck. I did not try it in the Cup car. I was too loose. But seeing cars move up, I think it was forced by lap cars first. We saw William Sawalich have to move up when he was the first, when he was leading, to move up around the first lap car, and then that opened the floodgates, and we've seen cars running all the way up into that polished groove around the top.
Safe to say, though, it looks a little bit easier to go up top tonight than it was for you guys last night, because it seemed like any time anybody went up top, unless there was lap traffic below you, you were going backwards.
Yeah, and I've seen that out of the Truck Series in the past, personally. My belief was the Truck Series is a bottom feeding race normally. So this series does tend to be, does lend itself to running up higher. Now, that 2-lap thing we heard about Jesse Love, his crew telling him earlier, that applies here. And now really I'd say your outside line is more open, although on new tires I think you'd still want to be around the bottom. But we did see our two leaders, Kyle Larson and Sheldon Creed, take the top. Justin Allgaier now gets to line up first row on the inside.
Here we go, lights are off on the pace car. Stage 2 is about to get underway. We lost 12 laps behind that pace car, so this is going to be a 73 lap stage to get used to. Fuel will be good. Larson's going to lead us away. He's on the high line. On the low line will be Justin Allgaier. They're coming to the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone, and we go green again here for stage 2 of the Suburban Propane 300 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Good restart from Kyle Larson. A little bit of a drag there from Sheldon Creek. He's on the outside line, trying to go around the outside, and does so on Justin Allgaier. Allgaier's dropping back massively down a couple of stage positions as well. And again, coming up, William Saholwich taking in 4th position, Brandon Jones in 5th, and so far so good. A good restart there from everybody, a clean restart as you're seeing on the TV pictures. Let's go back to the Performance Racing Network as we complete on to lap 100, 200 to go here at Bristol.
That spot, here comes Connor Zilic. He'll challenge into turn number 1.
Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody trying to sort their cars out now. Zilic right beside Sawalich as they work into 3.
Kyle Larson and Sheldon Creed all by themselves, 1 and 2. Brandon Jones on the outside of Justin Allgaier. Allgaier has to tuck in behind. Then 2 Joe Gibbs teammates trying to battle for 5th.
That was a big move for Jones. He takes that spot away. Right now, Zilic is going to put...
Taking a look on the screen, if we can see it coming into 4. Cars on the high line. No one's spinning out as far as I can see. But there it is, contact right at the final corner. 3 cars involved, 2 have come around, and they bring out the full course yellow just down there at the bottom of your screen. They'll keep on going, trying to find out who they were and losing out on track position. It's Bearden. Bearden's gone round, and who's the second driver? That's the 42 that's caused the caution. And Logan and Seeger Smith in there as well. Caution's out.
No one stuck to the outside safer barrier. This will bring out the 4th caution of the Suburban Propane 300. After 85 total laps are complete, we actually have 102 laps complete, 85 laps in stage number 2, 17 of those complete, and Kyle Larson continues to lead here at Bristol.
When it comes to maintaining...
So caution comes out. Let's take another look at it as to how it happened. We saw it at the exit monitor, both getting loose. The 42 going around and just bringing it in. Coming in there as well was Blaine in the 35, Garrett Smithley in the 0 car. And just losing it coming out of the last corner. Ergo, we go into a yellow procedure. And we will just now wait and have another caution out here tonight. It's not going well, is it, at the moment? That is caution number 4. 6 lead changes in total. Ryan Ellis is the free pass. Yep, Logan Bearden and Garrett Smithley spin, both of them separately, coming out of turn number 4. Justin Allgaier also got loose out of 4 and ran high. That allowed Connor Zilic to look up the inside. And when we went back to green on lap 99, Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones made contact while battling for 3rd at turn 2. It is still Kyle Larson leading this race, though. Pit lane will be open this time by, so we'll watch out to see what they are going to be given as an option. Not just yet ready yet, though. As you can see them faltering around. Actually, a good crowd in at Bristol out here tonight. That's a good sign. I hope that stays for the Cup race tomorrow. We need it to be a little bit more active out there, a little bit more, yes please, hello, let's have some action. But yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. It's good signs, isn't it? So, just trying to have a look and see if we can get stage points for you. So Sheldon Creed picked up 9 stage points, Ryan Sieg 8, Justin Allgaier 7, Brandon Jones on 6, William Saholwich on 5, Jesse Love 3, Sam Mayer 2, Corey Day 1. That was from the previous stage 1 ending. So there's what happened in stage 1's stage points. Kyle Larson's led 63 laps today, William Saholwich 27, Ryan Sieg 13. Back to PRN.
Back here at Bristol Motor Speedway, we remain under caution as Kyle Larson leads the Suburban Propane 300. Let's go down to pit road and check in with Napa Auto Parts pit reporter David Stiles.
Our second place running car, Sheldon Creed, was telling Jonathan Toney his crew chief, that the car is landing a little late. Ross, I was wondering if you could explain that for our listeners.
Oh, I don't know what that means, honestly. Landing a little late. Not sure. That's a bit of a term I don't think I've ever used.
I would say it's something he doesn't like.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound good, does it?
If a driver's talking while they're in the race car, they don't like something. When we're happy, we're usually quiet.
That is a great point. You got the Busch Light Chevy with a nice, beautiful, largemouth bass on the side of it. You're going to start 6th tomorrow in the Food City 500. What was your experience today in that Cup car?
Yeah, uneventful. Well, the lap time in practice seemed like I'm probably still on those laps. No, it was relatively really loose in practice for all of our Trackhouse cars and Chevys in general, I think. And then, we tied together a great lap in qualifying, not my strong suit, so very tidy and tedious on my inputs, and just didn't try to mess up, and it paid off in a big way.
Stage points tomorrow. Stage points.
Let's get some.
You said the word uneventful, and at Bristol, that's good, isn't it?
Very.
I would think so.
Very good.
Matt Patterson lights are off with a pace car. They've gone through the chews. Looks like we're set to go racing again here with 63 to go in Stage 2.
Yes, sir. Brandon Jones is going to try his luck up here on the front row with the 88 of...
Here we go, ready for Stage 2 to restart. The green flag falls, and here we go racing again. Kyle Larson on the outside line getting a good start. Coming on the inside is Sheldon Creed. Brandon Jones in there too. I think Creed's going to get ahead. Jones again on that low line. Doesn't work out. Larson gets a good exit and a good restart. So it's okay so far as they make it to the first lap, caution free.
The bottom and take the lead.
He does take the lead. Creed right behind him is going to fall into that second spot. Brandon Jones is going to fight for third against Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier doesn't have anyone in front of him, so he'll use that outside line to his advantage, try to take that third spot away from Brandon Jones. He'll get it done in turn 1.
Allgaier stays high, as does William Sawalich right behind him off of 2. It's Larson pulling by 2 car lengths down the backstretch.
As they come out of turn number 4, Larson, Creed, Allgaier, those are your top 3. They're all single file. Side by side now, William Sawalich on the outside of Brandon Jones.
Jones, bottom of the racetrack, hugging the apron. Sawalich on the top side, can't do anything with him. That's going to pull Zilich right beside him.
William Sawalich wanted to make that outside line work around Brandon Jones. He's got to worry about the inside filling up, though, and that is Connor Zilich, who is even with him into turn number 1 for 5th.
They stay side by side, and right behind him, Corey Day gets a shot in the back with a 19 of Brent Cruz, and that moves him out of the groove.
We'll stay with this battle for 4th right now. Actually, the battle for 5th. Connor Zilich now the advantage over William Sawalich, but Sawalich making the outside groove work.
Sawalich tries to hold him down on the racetrack, not going to help him at all as Zilich will take that spot away. Sawalich falls right in front of Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer now goes to the top side of the racetrack.
Sam Mayer had the best view of that battle. He moves up the outside, tries to get the run off the corner, darts to the inside of William Sawalich, takes a look to the inside in the battle for 6.
Yeah, Mayer can't hold his car down at the bottom good enough to get around Sawalich. Sawalich, though, right beside him now in 3.
Brent Cruz seems to be the one a little impatient in this battle. He's on the bottom, tucked in behind Sam Mayer. Mayer, though, is going to have to clear Sawalich.
Yeah, Cruz is stuck right behind that green and black car of the number 41 with Mayer. Mayer's still in a battle with Sawalich.
Brent Cruz has a fast race car. Right now, though, he has no way to get around Sam Mayer and William Sawalich. They continue to battle side by side into turn 1.
Nobody giving an inch here. Corey Day is going to join that fight here momentarily. Right behind him is Carson Quapple.
Let's take a look in front of them now. The battle for 4th again shaping up. Connor Zilich wants it. Brandon Jones has it. Zilich now will try and look low. He'll tuck in behind now into 1.
Goes right to his bumper. Not going to move him this time, but Zilich appears to have a faster car. We'll see how much patience he's got.
Larson, Creed, Allgaier, the front 3. Battle for 4th is good, though. Brandon Jones off of turn number 4. Keeps that car to the bottom of the racetrack. Lets it track up. Got about a 1 car length advantage over Connor Zilich.
Now both those cars just using the bottom of the racetrack right now. Zilich is right there on his bumper, talking about Jones into turn 3.
Connor Zilich still trying to catch up to the back bumper of Brandon Jones, but up front, Sheldon Creed seems to be catching Kyle Larson.
Yeah, Creed doing a nice job of also keeping himself in front of the 7 car of Justin Allgaier. He's got a nice gap there.
Connor Zilich thinking about going to the top side into turn number 3. No, he'll bury it right to the bottom of the racetrack, right in the tire tracks, trying to loose up Brandon Jones. Jones, though, doing a good job, Pat, holding on to that 4th spot.
No change to the top 3 here, and Jones is doing a great job, as you just mentioned, Nick, of staying in front. That's a good battle, though. Here comes Brent Cruz after Swalich in the 3.
This time by, we complete lap number 119. We're going to have 32 laps to go in stage number 2. And Ross, I'm looking at Kyle Larson maintaining about a 4-car length lead over Sheldon Creed. Now I'm starting to get the sense that he's only 4 car lengths ahead because that's all he cares to be right now.
I don't know. He drove out to a 4-second lead or more in stage 1. So I think if Kyle Larson can go faster and pull away, he will.
Interesting. So Larson now coming onto the back straightaway. Let's look back into that 4th spot once again. Connor Zilic getting a little bit of a Bristol lesson from Brandon Jones, and Zilic says, you know what, the inside's not going to work. Let me try to go to the outside. Patty drives to his door.
Oh, he got a great run down into this corner here. He'll be side by side with Jones as they work their way midway down the backstretch, but Jones is not giving up the spot.
Connor got a little loose at the exit of turn number 2, gathered it back in. They're still side by side. Now Zilic pulls off the pass, and Brandon Jones has got to worry about that fast Mobil 1 car right behind. That's Brent Cruz, gets to the back bumper off of 2.
Yeah, he's right there. Call it a half a car length. Swalich falls back. Brent Cruz goes to work on the number 20.
Brent Cruz has a very fast Toyota GR Supra. He now is right at the back bumper of teammate Brandon Jones as they go back to 1.
Yep, half a car length separate those two. The top 3 midway down the backstretch. Then you've got Zilic, and the battle continues there with the 19 and the 20. Joe Gibbs teammates.
This is the battle for 6th. Brandon Jones moves up. Brent Cruz gets to his left rear tire. They'll go side by side into 1. Brent Cruz digging on the bottom.
Yeah, Cruz has got the position now. He should be able to take this spot away down into turn number 3. He'll stay at the bottom of the racetrack. Jones goes upstairs, looks for some hope there.
Brent Cruz just turned 18 years old less than a month ago. He now runs in the top 5 here at Bristol.
Now down the backstretch. The leaders are starting to catch lap traffic. Larson going to work on Smithley down there to get around that as the leaders are catching traffic.
Kyle Larson is your race leader. This time across the start-finish line. 44 to go in stage number 1. The advantage for Larson is at 0.6 of a second. Sheldon Creed runs in 2nd. Justin Allgaier is 3rd. Connor Zilic 4th. And now Brent Cruz up to that 5th spot. And Ross, we all are kind of impressed with Brent Cruz. I'm impressed how that car's rolling the bottom of the racetrack right now.
Yeah, I believe whatever adjustment they made on the one pit stop we made there at the end of stage 1 has brought that 19 car to life, and he looks aggressive because he's so much faster than everybody as he's driven into the top 5.
Brad, how about the battle for 2nd shaping up? Sheldon Creed has got his mirrors full of Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier's got a very fast race car. You wonder how much patience he's going to have. Tries to drive to the inside of Sheldon Creed down the backstretch, Pat.
Yeah, Creed using the high side off of turn number 2. Right now it's going to be Allgaier. They're both going to have to go upstairs, dodge some lap traffic. Half a car length separates those two as they work their way back over here into turns 1 and 2. Here's that battle. It continues down the backstretch. Larson still fighting the lap traffic.
They will clear the lap car of Blake Lothian. Sheldon Creed goes to the top side. Justin Allgaier runs the middle to the bottom of the racetrack. Creed, though, now, Pat, with a little bit of breathing room into 1.
Yeah, Allgaier had to check up just a little bit there. That cost him some valuable time as Creed will pull about 10 car lengths ahead.
We've been bragging on Brent Cruz right now. He's about 6 car lengths off the back bumper of Connor Zilic and moving forward. Brett McMillan, what can you tell us about the 19?
Well, during the opening run, he was complaining he had no lateral grip. Well, after the pit stop, they gave him a chassis adjustment, a little air pressure adjustment, and since then that car has been on a rail, and he has actually had nothing to say since then.
Now he's got to deal with some lap traffic, though. First to get around Blake Lothian, but certainly Brent Cruz's car looks really, really strong as he is charged into the top 5, trying to run down Connor Zilic. Zilic, though, Brad, is starting to creep into that battle for 2nd. He's first catching Justin Allgaier, who continues to try to run down Sheldon Creed.
Allgaier had to get around Logan Beard. Now Ryan Ellis is going to give up the top side. Ryan Ellis running a lap down. This is helping Justin Allgaier, but it seems like Connor Zilic is getting a little more of a clear run through the field as he's trying to catch him. Now they're separated by Ryan Ellis into 1.
Yeah, Zilic down at the bottom of the racetrack and Creed using the high side. Allgaier's down at the very bottom as well as Zilic continues to try to stalk the 7 car.
This has all happened about a football field behind Kyle Larson. Sheldon Creed runs in 2nd. Justin Allgaier is 3rd. Let's get more on the 4th place running car of Connor Zilic from Andrew Curlin.
Connor Zilic is on the move, and that's no surprise to his team. When talking to them earlier, he said he was really fast on the long run. Connor told me, if you get a long run today, expect me to move forward, expect the top to move forward. We heard that he passed Brandon Jones on the outside a handful of laps ago, and this is playing into the wheelhouse of Connor Zilic, how this track is evolving, guys.
Thank you very much, Andrew Curlin. We have now 51 laps to go. There are 34 to go, rather, in stage number 2. Kyle Larson leads Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilic, and Brent Cruz, your top 5.
So much interesting racing going on right now as well. Larson's pulled out that gap he wanted, 2.027 seconds, and that is the best he's going to have right now. Sheldon Creed just desperate to keep Allgaier behind him as Connor Zilic now gets ahead of Justin Allgaier, who has gone up now. So Zilic to third, Allgaier down into 4th position, but Allgaier's trying to go around the outside and take the high line. He's part of the dash for cash as well. So much more intrigue. This is a cracking little battle. And you're seeing it all happening live here on JB Motorsports as the night has fallen. And the darkness now surrounds Bristol Motor Speedway. So the lights come on. Little three-way battle going on down there towards turn 1, towards the back of the pack. That's coming in again with Sheldon Creed. That's then Connor Zilic behind. They're trying to get ahead of the 92 is in lap traffic. So you're seeing the same things that I am up here in the commentary box. I hope you're enjoying it alongside our usual graphics. So much more interesting racing. 29 to go in this stage before we go into the final part of this one. This is going to be quite a good one. What's going on here? Keep it civil in the chat, guys. As well, every series has a different form of racing. Just remember that as well. Formula 1 is different to NASCAR. It's different to Formula E, different to motorcycle racing. Every single form of motorsport has different areas of expertise. That's how you see some drivers are great in one series and terrible in another. Sometimes they're built for one thing. Each are having different guides coming into it in terms of different training things, different positions, different racing skills. That's what makes motorsport great. It's not just one area. There's many different parts. So just sit back and enjoy it. That's one thing. At the end of the day, it's an entertainment sport. They put it on for us to be entertained. And the last great Coliseum is the best place to be entertained. Lars is still leading by 3.1 seconds to Sheldon Creed. Then Zilic from Allgaier, Cruz, Jones, Solwich, Mayer, Day, and Catville, the top 10. Back to PRN.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway, nearing the halfway point of the Suburban Propane 300. 146 laps are complete, 154 to go. Kyle Larson leads Sheldon Creed. Connor Zilic got around Justin Allgaier. He's now in 3rd. Drop Allgaier to 4th. Brent Cruz is 5th. 6th is Brandon Jones. William Sewell 7th. Sam Mayer is 8th. Corey Day is 9th. Carson Quapple from the back up in the top 10.
Jesse Love runs in the 11th position right now. His teammate Austin Hill is 12th. Jeb Burton runs 13th. Ryan Sieg is 14th. Parker Retzlaff is the 15th place driver right now. It's Taylor Gray in 16th. 17th is Dean Thompson. Sammy Smith runs in the 18th position. Then it's Jeremy Clemens and Raja Carruth to the top 20.
That top 20 update brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. Ross, when you were running the Truck Series race last night, everything above the bottom groove was looking pretty lonely. Not the case here tonight.
No, I think it's a product of the downforce or lack thereof in this series. These cars do not handle as well. Similar frame and under like driveline technology with the truck arms of the old Gen 6 car, but just composite bodies in these cars are just do not make the downforce that the trucks do. We can just rip the bottom lap after lap. I believe that the spray on the bottom still has the same amount of grip it had last night. These cars just need more room to run, and the top of the racetrack really lends itself to that.
Kyle Larson's lead right now is a healthy 3.7 seconds. But Pat Patterson's battle for second has been pretty good. And it's not just between two cars. You can throw a blanket over Sheldon Creed, Connor Zilic, Justin Allgaier. They are all roaring through turn number 4 right now, and they are evenly separated by just a couple car lengths.
And I'll tell you, it's been really fun watching these three battle each other and at the same time have to negotiate all of this slower traffic. Zilic, though, by far seems to be faster. He's trying to challenge Creed.
Zilic puts his left side tires inside of that PJ1 grip strip. He's now a car length off the back bumper of Creed.
Justin Allgaier watching on here as those two cars go at it with each other. Creed able to hold off Zilic this time down the backstretch. They're going to catch some more lap traffic here in a moment.
Zilic would certainly love to pull this pass off before they get to the lap traffic. I don't think he's going to be that lucky, Pat, as Sheldon Creed is staring at the back of a couple race cars.
Yeah, he's going to catch Austin Green here in just a second. Zilic with an opportunity. He has to lock in behind it as, again, they pick and choose where they're going to go on the racetrack.
14 to go in stage number 2. Connor Zilic able to use Austin Green as a pick. He now drives to the inside door of Sheldon Creed, but he has lap traffic in front of him.
Yeah, both of those cars are stuck now right there behind the number 35. Zilic is going to have to move somebody out of the way. Creed stays up on the top side of the racetrack. Everybody picking their way through.
These are the moments that give you headaches at Bristol. It is Connor Zilic stuck behind the lap traffic. That'll give the Creed machine a little bit of breathing room, and here comes not only Justin Allgaier, but, Pat, here comes Brent Cruz into the picture.
Yeah, choose wisely wherever you're going to put your race car on the racetrack. Cruz tries to get his way around the number 28 of Austin Green, and now bottom, here comes Allgaier. He's going to try to take this spot away from Zilic. Zilic right there. Cruz right in the mix. Man, it's a good fight.
Zilic on the outside of Justin Allgaier. Allgaier able to use lap traffic to get there. Zilic, however, a fast car. He'll try and clear him into one.
Yeah, Zilic up to the top side. Allgaier down to the bottom side. They stay door to door with each other as they race their way into 3.
Junior Motorsports teammates battling for 3rd here at Bristol in stage number 2. Allgaier's got the advantage off of 4. Zilic comes storming back into turn 1.
Yeah, it's an even fight between those two right now, midway through turns 1 and 2. To the backstretch they go. Kyle Sieg right in front of the 7 of Allgaier.
Allgaier able to take away the spot, now move him up to 3rd. Sheldon Creed runs in 2nd. Kyle Larson leads this race, and I think Connor Zilic now needs to look in his rear view. Brent Cruz is moving up fast.
Yeah, Brent Cruz has gotten within about 5 car lengths of Zilic. He's now going to negotiate his way around Kyle Sieg. Bottom of the racetrack he goes, and he'll go on to try to catch the lead group.
The sand in the hourglass of stage number 2 starting to dwindle. Kyle Larson's lead, 4.1 seconds. Battle for 3rd is still good. It is Justin Allgaier who has it, and Connor Zilic bears down on the back bumper. They roar through turns 3 and 4. Brent Cruz right behind by about 4 or 5 car lengths. He's running the top side, Pat, back into turn 1.
Yeah, and both of those cars trying to chase down Sheldon Creed, who's doing a good job of staying in front of them right now. Call the distance between Allgaier and Zilic about 5 car lengths.
Going to be 6 laps to go this time by in stage number 2. Kyle Larson continues to lead the way. Connor Zilic once again trying to catch his teammate Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier, bottom of the racetrack. About the separation is the same, 5 or so cars. Brent Cruz, though, about to get into the middle of this one. He gets ever so closer to Zilic.
Brent Cruz stays right in the tire tracks of Zilic. They're both running the top side of the racetrack. All these cars catching lap traffic, Pat, with 4 to go here in the stage.
Oh, and Sheldon Creed just got the yield signal because he's having to make moves as he works his way around the 55 of Joey Gase. Creed backing up to this group now.
Sheldon Creed now in 2nd place, but he's in threat to lose it from Allgaier and maybe even Connor Zilic.
Oh, here goes Brent Cruz, though, down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to make up some ground now as he works his way around Logan Bearden. That group again over in turn 3.
Kyle Larson across the start-finish line. 3 laps to go in stage number 2. All the action, though, is second on back. Creed, Allgaier, Zilic, and Cruz.
Yeah, that group is really having fun again, negotiating this lap traffic off of turn number 2. Allgaier out in front. Zilic trying to close down. Brent Cruz is there, and Creed off of 4.
It's getting very close. It's getting very close now with the pit lane now closed with 1 to go. Kyle Larson's going to take 2 out of 2 as they'll come out the last couple of corners. Creed and Allgaier are very close together, but Kyle Larson will come out of the last corner and he will sweep both stages here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The checker flag falls and stage 1 and stage 2 belongs to Kyle Larson. How about that? Didn't see that one coming, did we? Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilic and Brent Cruz comes in over as well, and that was a very close stage 2 battle. Very nice between Creed and Allgaier coming up as well. We'll have more stage points coming up shortly as well to see exactly who takes what. Stage 1, as I said, remember, was Sheldon Creed on 9, Ryan Sieg 8, Justin Allgaier 7, 6 for Jones, Solwich 5, Love was on 3, Sam Mayer 2, Corey Day on 1. So, Kyle Larson now takes stage 1 and stage 2. We'll wait for the confirmation of the further stage points to come through. And when they do, we will update you. But the top 10, Larson, Creed, Allgaier, Zilich, Cruz, Solwich, Jones, Mayer, Day and Capville. Then Love, Rexlav, Hill, Burton, Gray, Smith, Sieg, Harrison Burton, Rajaj Caruth up to 19th, Clements, Dean Thompson, Brendan Poole 22nd, Lavender Scott, Patrick Starpol in 24th, Anthony Alfredo back in 25th position, then Kyle Sieg, Blaine Perkins, JJ Yelly, Josh Belinky, Gray Golding, Ryan Ellis, Logan Bearden, Mason Maggio, Josh Williams, Joey Gaze, Bladen as well, Lothan, Garrett Smithley and Austin Green down at the back. Sheldon Creed still got the fast lap of the race though coming through it, and he's now, Logan Bearden's by the way, just coming down pit road for a driver change. Brad Perez is going to replace Logan Bearden. So Brad Perez is now getting in the car to replace Logan Bearden. That's a surprise on my part. Didn't see that one coming, but we're in stage 3 now. So we are going to be into the final stage. It's going to be 130 laps. We've already got 127 to go. That's going to be quite a sort of interesting run, because we've now got to start thinking about a green flag tyre stop. Fuel can go between 168 to 180 laps. So we're good on fuel. It's now going to be about tyres for a green flag stop. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? So if you just joined us for the first time and missed out what happened in the previous stage, well, when we had the restart at lap 100, Kyle Larson led from the outside ahead of Justin Allgaier and Sheldon Creed. But we had a caution come out on lap 102. Logan Bearden in 30th and Garrett Smithley both spinning separately coming out of turn 4. Restarted again with Kyle Larson from Brandon Jones and Sheldon Creed. They all sort of stayed exactly where they were. That stayed until lap 70 when we had our stage 2 finish with Kyle Larson getting ahead. Let's go back to PRN.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, let's get an update from our Napa Auto Parts pit reporter, Andrew Curlin.
Issues for Logan Bearden, who was a cause of a caution not too long ago. He's been experiencing back issues. Brad Perez is on standby as his helmet on. It looks like they're going to be making a driver swap here under caution.
Thank you very much, Andrew Curlin. Appreciate that. Fuel for Logan Bearden. That's got to be a tough thing, trying to get around this little half-mile bull ring when you're doing that. We are still under caution. Kyle Larson has led so far 98 of the race's 174 laps. Actually, Kyle Larson's led 98 of the race's 174 laps. Just continues to take it to the field here. And Ross, it almost looks like he's actually able to pull away even more, which gives the perception that he's going faster when he gets into lap traffic.
Well, he's just so well-versed in being able to change his line. I think that comes from a background in dirt racing, being raised on dirt tracks all across this country, where lap to lap you change and session to session you change throughout the day. So definitely I believe that's what makes these dirt racers good, as pit road is open.
Pit road is going to be open to the caution car right now, and it is going to get busy. This could be their final stop of the night. We'll start things off on the backstretch with Napa pit reporter David Stiles.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed came on the radio and said, I'm happy with it. Don't mess with the car. They'll get fresh tires and fuel. Sam Mayer also needs fresh tires and fuel as they enter the pit stop. William Sawalich, they said, I need more rear grip. Everyone, fresh tires and 2 cans of Sunoco fuel. Andrew Curlin.
Connor Zilich is another happy driver. He gets tight as the run goes on, but fires off pretty neutral. They're going to make 3/4 of a round of a wedge adjustment. Austin Hill also in, experiencing some brake issues and some wheel hop. They said they're going to take a look, Doug Turnbull.
4-tire stop for Kyle Larson, a chassis adjusted for him. He's slightly loose. You got Justin Allgaier half a round up on the track bar, 4 tires of fuel. He says he is tight in the corners, and that makes him lose rear security as they're at a little bit slow on the right, left rear. He's down away, Brett McMillan.
Brent Cruz says he needs a little help on the right rear, a little more grip there. And they have one tire that is actually getting away from him here. It's the left rear. He pulls back out. And also in, Raja Karus getting an adjustment on the right side. It's a track bar adjustment. He also has had some intermittent issues with power steering.
Race off of pit lane is going to be won by Kyle Larson, followed by Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilic, Sheldon Creed, William Sawalich, then Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer, and Corey Day.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
And we are gearing up for stage number 3 to get going. Let's check in with PRN.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway alongside Ross Chastain and Nick Yeoman. My name is Brad Gilley. Covering things for us in the turns, our good buddy Pat Patterson. Joining us on pit road, our Napa pit reporters David Stiles, Andrew Curlin, Doug Turnbull, and Brent McMillan. At the end of stage number 2, Kyle Larson will continue to lead this race. The lap down cars are now coming onto pit road for their service. Once they do that, we'll be able to give you a full field rundown before we get to the final stage of the race. Let's go back down to pit road with David Stiles.
Entering this race, Carson Kvapil had an average finish of 3. He only has started here twice, but he's making hay where there is hay, and that's on the top. His team said, hey, we're good in 3 and 4. Let's continue to work up that way. They were in 10th at the end of that stage.
Doug Turnbull.
All right, an interesting update here from Jeremy Clements, who just got the free pass, running about the 21st position there. He reported that the car was shutting off a little bit, and they think there could be a fuel pressure issue, but he did just make his pit stop. Also, Joey Gase, who's multiple laps down, driving his cell phone vehicle. On the last set of pit stops, he pitted in the wrong pit box of his teammate there. His crew was yelling at him. This time around, he has been complaining heavily about his floorboard feeling, quote, on fire. He said he could feel the rubber of his shoes sticking to the floorboard there. And Ross, I don't know if you've ever dealt with that guy, but guys, you know that is very uncomfortable when these cars get overheated because they're already so hot.
I have, Doug, and I feel like drivers of a decade ago wore those big silver heel, like those heat protective booties. I actually, the very first time I ever drove in a NASCAR Truck Series race, I borrowed Justin Marks out of the hauler because that was the truck he was getting out of. And one of the Velcro straps came off, and that thing was sliding all around the whole race my first time at IRP, and I've never worn them since. And I've never had any catastrophic issues. I've had mild blistering. Yes, I will knock on the desk here. I have had where it was very sensitive to put the shoe on the next week, and I wore Crocs all week at home. But it definitely, I've gotten away with it, and I don't know if Joey is wearing one of those booty kits, but it's, man, that does not roll off the tongue well. That is definitely something that I feel like drivers have gotten away from it, and now it doesn't rear its head until it's too hot.
You didn't wear socks with your Crocs, did you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a no-no. That's a fashion faux pas, as they say.
Might have put them in four-wheel drive, but nope, no socks.
I love that. All right, we had some penalties happen in this last round of stops for Jeb Burton. He's going to have to restart at the tail. Equipment out of his pit box. Speeding penalty for the number 42. That was Logan Beard. We believe Brad Perez actually is in that car right now. We're also hearing Connor Zilic cannot make it on fuel. What's that?
Oh, he's good to go on fuel is what we're hearing.
Oh, he can make it on fuel.
Okay, good deal.
All right. I was going to say, everyone should be able to make it on fuel with 120 laps to go, and it's going to be fun to see how this thing shakes out here in the final stage of the race. Let's give you a rundown. Kyle Larson leads the Suburban Propane 300, followed by Justin Allgaier. Then it's Connor Zilic, Sheldon Creed, William Sawalich, the top 5. Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer, Corey Day, Brent Cruz, Jesse Love round out the top 10.
Carson Kvapil from the rear of the field all the way up to the 11th position. Austin Hill is in 12th. 13th right now is Sammy Smith. Taylor Gray runs in 14th. 15th is Ryan Sieg. Parker Retzlaff runs in the 16th position. Then it is the cousins, Jeb and Harrison Burton. They run 17th and 18th. Raja Caruth also started at the rear of the field. He's up to 19th. Jeremy Clements runs in 20th.
Lane Perkins, 21st. 22nd is Josh Balicki. 23rd is Brennan Poole. Dean Thompson, 24th. 25th is Patrick Staropoli. Kyle Sieg is 26th. 27th is LeVar Scott. J.J. Yaley is 28th. Gray Galding, 29th. 30th is Anthony Alfredo.
Ryan Ellis, the final car, 1 lap down in 31st. Then it's Josh Williams, 2 laps down in 32nd, as is Mason Maggio in 33rd, and Joey Gase in 34th. Blake Lothian also 2 laps down in 35th. Brad
Perez coming into it, but it's time for the green flag to fall. Stage 3 of the Sunburn Propane 300. The green flag falls, and we go racing here at Bristol for the final stage. Kyle Larson gets the great restart and is already miles ahead from Justin Allgaier and Sheldon Krieg. 1, 2, 3. Connor Zilic going in 4th position, trying to take in more places as they come down the back straightaway again. Once more, it's a good restart. It's a clean restart for stage 3, and that's what we were expecting. Look already at the gap of Kyle Larson as they come through 3 and 4. Past us, 3 wide further back as they try and make it all in. I think Raj Caruth already made it up a great couple of places. But that is a fantastic run. Kyle Larson leads the Suburban Propane 300. Back to PRN.
On Allgaier, they're all dicing it up in turn 1.
Corey Day gave up a lot of spots on that restart. Here's Larson. He's got about 5 car lengths on Allgaier. Creed challenging for the 3rd position.
And that fight is with Connor Zilic to his inside. They're both bearing down on the back bumper of Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier holding off Creed to the top. Right behind him is Zilic. Now he'll pull away. Side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot. Creed to the outside. Zilic on the bottom.
Connor Zilic has that car buried to the bottom of the racetrack. They're still even and side by side at the start-finish line, dicing it up for 3rd into turn 1.
Behind them is William Sawalich, followed by Brandon Jones and Sam Mayer. That's the way they run, but that battle continues for 3rd.
Boy, that is a great one. Connor Zilic gets loose on the bottom of the track. He actually loses 2 spots. He lets Brent Cruz through. Now Cruz is on the inside of Sheldon Creed.
William Sawalich now on the inside of Creed as they go side by side with each other. Zilic, the big loser in that one. Creed's going to jump ahead and he'll take that 3rd spot. Wait a minute, not so fast.
Yeah, William Sawalich isn't done digging on the bottom. He wants that 3rd spot. He was the pole sitter when we dropped the green flag. Still got to worry about Zilic there, though, in 5th.
That was a good battle there. Zilic now goes 3 wide down the backstretch. Mayer on the bottom of the sandwich as they race into 3.
William Sawalich now by himself in 3rd. The battle for 4th. 3 cars, 3 wide. Sheldon Creed just took it. Connor Zilic on the outside of Sam Mayer.
No change for 1st and 2nd. Long way back to 3rd there, but that battle for the 5th spot. Zilic holds the outside. Mayer down at the bottom of the racetrack. Zilic goes way up high trying to make time.
Boy, further back, Jesse Love and Corey Day are fighting for track position. They just ran each other up the racetrack. That's back around the 15th position. Leaders down the backstretch.
Yeah, leaders down the backstretch, and Day tucks back in trying to get around Jesse Love. He'll get back and fight for that spot. Back to the front.
Larson comfortably in 1st. Then it's Justin Allgaier, William Sawalich, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer sitting on the back bumper of Connor Zilic.
And Brent Cruz right behind him, along with Jones. Then there's Carson Quapple. Ryan Sieg is there, as well as Taylor Gray.
Kyle Larson's lead is about 5 car lengths over Justin Allgaier. Battle is for 3rd, though. Sheldon Creed thought about taking a peek underneath William Sawalich.
Yeah, and he's going to take that peek now. Can he make it stick? That's Creed on the bottom. Sawalich to the outside. They stay locked together.
And this is a fight for 3rd. Sheldon Creed a little bit loose there on the bottom. William Sawalich carries momentum off of turn number 4. He'll try and duck down and clear in front of Creed.
Yeah, here's Sawalich, goes way up high on the racetrack trying to get that run off the hill. That's going to work for him. He stays right beside Creed as they battle into 3.
Problem for these two as they battle is the front 2, Larson and Allgaier. Pat have essentially said sayonara.
Yeah, they're gone on their own way up there. This battle back here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th is a good one. Sawalich right now has the advantage over Creed.
So William Sawalich now in the 3rd spot. Sheldon Creed is in 4th. Behind them, Sam Mayer is the man.
Wow! Look at the smoke around Bristol Motor Speedway. And that is the 91 of Mason Maggio once again completely blowing up. And Bristol Motor Speedway has turned into Smokesville. Well, here's the Propane 300. And there is a massive fire now down on pit road. My goodness me. Going to try and zoom in on it. It's down at the Sunoco garage. And he's getting out and he's okay. But that was not nice. A lot of smoke down there at the Sunoco area. As well, that's the wrong moment to come in for an advertisement break from the TV channel. Well, that is something massive. He's out of the car and he's okay, but the smoke and oil around the circuit, NASCAR have decided to red flag the race. So they're going to stop them on the track. The red flag has come out, and that is the only correct decision. Just completely blew it out. Engine completely going on down the back straightaway. It's now cleared up down there, which is good news, but NASCAR have stopped the field coming out of turn 2 and into turn 3. So the red flag is out. This race is suspended whilst they try and figure out what on earth happened there. Let's go back to PRN.
From NASCAR official David Green there, but of course, Mason Maggio, the DGM team's night is done.
There are about 10 or 11 or 12 fire safety crew members right on that car of Mason Maggio. And I don't think we could actually really describe just how much smoke is rising from the infield here.
That's a really, really scary moment because it's one thing if your car stops and, Ross, you're out on the racetrack and you catch on fire. Safety crews can usually get to you pretty quickly, but he pulled behind the wall. There are personnel. There's fans down there with pit passes. I mean, that was a scary moment. Thankfully, they got that fire put out as quickly as they did.
We are under caution right now, although the field is stopped behind the pace car in turn number 3. NASCAR has not actually yet put the red flag out, but I would imagine we are about to see a lot of speedy dry laid down here on this racetrack after that engine just blew up in the most.
PRN a little bit behind. The red flag is out with 105 to go. NASCAR stopped the field at the backstretch while they sort this out. Race is stopped.
For DGM, I ran for them at Martinsville just recently, and you, in any of these cars, there's engine packages that you can lease in Cup and the O'Reilly Series where you can, if you're a Chevrolet team, you can go to Hendrick engines or Richard Childress, Earnhardt Childress engines out of Welcome or out of Concord. So you can also, in this series, there's actually a third one, Fisher engines, which is who Mario uses, and you get the choice whenever you drive for Mario. Just to peel the curtain back a little bit, last week, more money means the better engine. Less money means his own engine, which should have a little bit less power. You got to run it a little bit cooler. I chose at Martinsville in the last race to run one of Mario's own engines with the sponsorship we had. So, you have to make that decision as a business to decide if you're going to spend the extra money. No different than sets of tires. Some of these teams come out here and they're not planning on buying all the sets of tires in this series. Not the ones we're talking about up front all night, the ones competing for the wins, but the rest of the field, the back half, where I've spent my fair share of time, guys. Y'all know that. You make those decisions week in and week out on what you need to do from a team perspective. So bummer. I'm not sure which engine that was, but it's not making any power anymore no matter what it was.
So you don't want to use that one ever again then.
I hope they just don't call me and say, hey, did you do anything to this engine last week? Because in the last race I did spin out at Martinsville and was going backwards. I told him I thought I had the clutch in, but tough to say for sure. It happened so fast.
It is great perspective, though, because as you pointed out, I mean, you've raced at every level in this sport and for various levels of teams, and there are certainly teams in this sport that are just trying to show up to the racetrack every weekend, make it work, and certainly these are the decisions you got to make.
You do, and again, I don't want to assume which engine is in there because the one that's in there is just a few quarts low on oil right now. But man, that's a ton of smoke. And something we saw in the truck race last night was when we put a bunch of speedy dry down from Corey Himes' wreck down in turn 1, we saw the speedy dry dust when we took off under green hang in the stadium. I noticed it inside the truck, noticed it when I watched the race back today. So definitely we see that over there in turns 3 and 4. It's still pretty thick. Hard to see the fans in turn 3 right now because of the smoke from that engine just not clearing the grandstands.
I'm sure that engine now is going to make a pretty nice coffee table for someone.
I don't think that they want to keep it. I think it's going to the scrapyard.
It's not going to be a cold brew, I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a very warm cup of coffee.
Yeah, that is really tough. And they did put the field under the red flag, and really I think this is a great move. That was a big fire. This is something that you just need to stop everything. The amount of speedy dry that's going down is actually not as much as you would have thought for the amount of smoke coming off of the back of that car all the way down the back straightaway. Right now it looks like for the most part they're treating the apron in turns 3 and turn 4, and then off of turn 4 where it cuts into the garage. And this is a part of the racetrack that, look, normally at any other track, we'd just be blowing the speedy dry down to the apron. The problem here at Bristol is the apron is part of pit road speed, and you have to drive on it.
You do, and one thing I want to touch on as we are watching a replay here in the booth is as he came to a stop in the infield, there's fans jumping out of the way, yet firemen and women were running towards it. I think that's just so incredible that somebody has that That's their job, is to be the fireman or firewoman, and they're running at it to put it out while everybody else is running away. So from the racetrack to wherever somebody in that job title would be, I don't have that in me to run towards the fire. I don't think. I definitely don't want to do it for a career. So we're so thankful that people are there to do that as the fans got out of the way into safety.
Yeah, not only personnel with fire extinguishers to put out the fire, but also saw some crew members. I know Justin Allgaier's pit is right there. Saw one of his crew guys run over and get Mason out of that race car as quickly as possible. Again, thankfully that car was only ablaze for 5 or 6 seconds, but as race car drivers, that feels like an eternity, and it's always good if you do have a problem down there, those crew guys spring into action to help him out.
All right, we are back under caution now as they're getting the cleanup complete. See a couple of cars on pit road. Jeb Burton goes down pit road. We also see Brad Perez, who has now jumped into the number 42, as Logan Bearden had to come out of that car due to some back issues. See another car off of the racetrack, Garrett Smithley. He actually went sideways earlier in an incident with Logan Bearden. His car is back in the garage area. And let's go down to pit road. Doug Turnbull.
All right, I'm here with Mason Maggio, who just stepped out of the Auto Flambe we saw here. I know it's not the night you wanted with the caution on lap 1 as well, but can you tell me the sensation you had and at what point you knew it was on fire?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit weird. Like on the last restart, we were a little bit down on it seemed like we were down on power. It just wasn't going anywhere. And I looked at my gauges and I realized the oil pressure was just skyrocketing. And then I reported it, and as soon as I reported it, it just started to let go, started to go up in smoke, and I was just told to bring it back to pit road. I didn't even know about the fire until I basically stopped. So, but we knew there was going to be a lot of sparks under the lights at Bristol, but I just didn't expect my car to ignite it. But it's just a shame, DGM Racing, we worked really hard. I felt like our car was better than where we were running there, and we just wasn't meant to be. So appreciate these guys and gals working their tails off to give me the best piece that they could and work with me, and appreciate SI Yachts as well for jumping on board. We put this deal together on Friday, so just a shame, definitely bummed, but looking forward to trying to hopefully get back to the track at Kansas next week. So tough break, but we'll rebound. We'll be fine.
One of the Elgin trucks is behind you. They're getting all the stage ride picked up, and some other people want to talk to you, Mason. I'll let you do that. But Mason Maggio, a deal that came together Friday, up in smoke on Saturday, but thankfully he's okay.
Yeah, very thankfully. And you know what? Hey, hopefully they can get to Kansas next week and go run in the Kansas Lottery 300. MRN will have that broadcast on Saturday. And I would say if you're looking to sponsor a good guy and help him out with another engine, give old DGM a call and see if you can help them out next weekend.
I will commend Mason for being able to laugh it off and have a good sense of humor because, obviously, as he pointed out, he didn't know he was on fire. It was probably a lot scarier for all of us watching it, but certainly Ross, good that he's able to at least laugh it off because that was scary, I think, for all of us.
Absolutely, yep. I've been there where the vehicle is on fire and you're going to get out in just a few seconds, but somebody's ripping you out of there. Glad everybody's okay, and the fans that were down there as well. I mean, that could be bad when you come off the track that quickly, the way that Bristol lays out with the 4 entries into the infield. You're right there where the guests are of these teams very quickly.
Yeah, Brad, a couple fans are going to be able to tell somebody at work on Monday, you're never going to believe what I experienced at the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts race on Saturday night.
Pretty sure we have some viral social media posts that are about to happen, and you can always follow at PRN Live to check out your social media. Next time by, we will have 100 laps to go in the Suburban Propane 300. Kyle Larson leads the way. Justin Allgaier runs in second. Third is William Sawalich. Sheldon Creed is fourth. Fifth, Connor Zillich. Brent Cruz is sixth. Seventh is Sam Mayer. Brandon Jones is eighth. Carson Quapple ninth. And Ryan Sieg is 10th.
Taylor Grace Toyota is right now in the 11th position. Sammy Smith runs in 12th. Corey Day is 13th. Jesse Love is 14th. His RCR teammate Austin Hill runs in the 15th position. Parker Retzloff is 16th. 17th is Harrison Burton. 18th is Raja Caruth. 19th is Blaine Perkins. And Jeremy Clements runs 20th.
Josh Palicki 21st. Brennan Poole is 22nd. Jeb Burton is 23rd. 24th is Dean Thompson. The first car 1 lap down. 25th, Patrick Staropoli. Kyle Sieg 26th. 27th.
Yeah, well, it's time to take the green flag. We've been under a stoppage due to the fluid on the circuit. You can see where they've had to clean it up, but the green flag falls, and the Suburban Propane 300 restarts with 98 laps to go. We go green here in Bristol. Great restart from Kyle Larson. Justin Allgaier's going to drop back. So is William Selwich. Allgaier takes the different approach, goes on the high line. The 18 will try and get ahead, but Allgaier will take second position away. So again, an inside line for second place, not working out on the restarts. Larson has been completely blocking it every which way on every restart. He's had it pitch perfect. Larson, Allgaier, Selwich, Creed, Zilich as they come through. That was the restart, as you see on your TV pictures now. Larson leading by 0.6 of a second from Allgaier, and William Selwich running down now in third position. Clean so far as they complete another lap. 95 to go. Back to PRN.
Allgaier cleared William Sawalich, but he stays in the high groove. That allows Sawalich to drive up to his rear quarter panel. Now Allgaier will dive down for second.
And it's Sheldon Creed gives a shove to the 18 of Sawalich. Sawalich now tries to go after Justin Allgaier. Meanwhile, Brent Cruz on the move towards the high side of the racetrack.
Everything's stacking up at the bottom of the racetrack, second on back. Brent Cruz is going to take advantage of it. Running the top side, he pulls even with Connor Zilich. Now Sheldon Creed moves up top.
Creed goes upstairs. Cruz got nowhere to go here. The top two have sorted it out. The battle for the fourth spot. Creed trying to move up and go after Zilich.
Connor Zilich hanging on to fourth. He's on the inside. Now Sheldon Creed will drive to his outside.
Creed to the top side of the racetrack. Everybody else down at the bottom. That's the way they run down the backstretch here. Creed right beside Zilich into three.
Zilich gave the bumper to William Sawalich. Moves him up the racetrack. Zilich going to try to take that third spot across the start-finish line.
Zilich at the bottom and Sawalich up top. Creed goes upstairs with him now. Those cars side by side down the backstretch. Sawalich gives Zilich a little bit of a shove into three.
Yeah, Zilich just drove right up in front of Sawalich. Sawalich ended up having to back off a little bit. Almost lost a spot to Sheldon Creed, who now jumps to the outside.
Creed is trying to make the upstairs work for him. He drives it again off of turn number 2. Stays about a half a car length back. Brent Cruz is going right with him.
92 to go here at Bristol. It's Larson, Allgaier, Zilich, Sawalich, and Creed. They're all in turns 1 and 2.
Everybody at the bottom of the racetrack except for Sheldon Creed. Once again trying to make that work, and he's battling for that fourth spot. Larson back out in front off 4.
Sheldon Creed was able to dive in for the 5th spot, but he had to go to the high side. Brent Cruz now tries to duck in right behind.
Creed tries to go upstairs because he can get back to the throttle just a little bit quicker, and that's making him hold serve with the 19 of Brent Cruz, and he stays out in front of him into 3.
He is in a JGR Toyota sandwich, trying to pass Sawalich, trying to hold off Brent Cruz. It's 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yep, they continue to battle here. Cruz down at the bottom of the racetrack in that red, white, and blue car. Creed now has gotten to the bumper of Sawalich.
It's going to be 89 laps to go. It's Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3. Kyle Larson leads Justin Allgaier and Connor Zilich here at Bristol.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore?
A lot of action going on so far. The racing really getting good. Again, we're just seeing the 19 trying to desperately find a way through on the 18 to retake up positions. Cruz already, Sheldon Creed has taken back up. Creed just touching the wall as there was a slight contact coming through with Brent Cruz and William Solwich. Solwich now to 6th, Cruz takes 5th. Sheldon Creed now moving up into 4th position. 45 of 130, 84 laps to go. Larson taking over with top billing. He's still now 2nd ahead to Allgaier. Zilich in 3rd, Creed 4th, Cruz 5th. Solwich down to 6th, as I said. Catville up to 7th, so he's made up 3 places since the restart. And Sheldon Creed's wide line coming out of the bank turns are causing issues, as he's got the Ollie's sponsorship livery on the front, very similar to that livery of Joey Logano that we're seeing out here. Car nearly in the wall, just coming out of turn 4. Don't know if you spotted that a second ago. As we ride now on board, taking it through. This was Ryan Sieg running in what was 10th position. We're looking back now down the field. Again, high lines taken from Sam Mayer as well in 8th position. Sam's really taking it high. So is Sheldon Creed. So both of them not really feeling that they're getting any disadvantage from any missing tyre grip out there. Suppose that makes sense, though. Larson leads by a second to Allgaier. And, well, Larson trying to do all 3 races this weekend. Did it yesterday, and now desperately wants to try and change it again. We'll see if it will change over on those facts as we wait, because the TV camera have gone to an advert for a second, so we'll wait on our driver tracker as we'll fly back now. Doesn't take that long, actually, does it? 78 to go. Let's go back to PRN.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway here on the Performance Racing Network. It's the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Suburban Propane 300. This race has been dominated by Kyle Larson. He's got a 1-second lead over Justin Allgaier. Connor Zilisch runs in third. Sheldon Creed is fourth. Brent Cruz is fifth. Brad, one of the big storylines we talked about was the Dash for Cash. 4 drivers in this field with an opportunity to win $100,000, and right now it's the veteran Justin Allgaier looking pretty good.
Yeah, those 4 drivers, the top 4 finishers from Rockingham. Race-winning driver William Sawalich. Yeah, Brandon Jones. Justin Allgaier, a big part of that as well. And, Justin Allgaier is the one definitely leading the way when it comes to something like that. William Sawalich is running in the 6th spot. And, if I'm Justin Allgaier, I can look at Kyle Larson's back bumper. I want to win my 4th race. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to put $100,000 in jeopardy either.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It looks like he just lost a spot to Connor Zilisch, who is running in the 2nd position. Sheldon Creed starting to put the pressure on. In fact, Pat, let's pick up that 3-car battle for second. They're in turn number 1.
Now, Allgaier I don't know what his car did something, gave up that spot, and he looks like he's going to give up another spot to Creed right now. So I'm guessing that Justin Allgaier not too happy with the way his car is handling.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed drives to the outside of Justin Allgaier, makes the pass look easy. Next up for Allgaier, he's actually got Brent Cruz bearing down on him, although Allgaier, Pat, seems to have gained it back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but he's losing it down the straightaway once again. Creed's going to pull away from him here as they exit the corner.
And if he does slip any more, Brent Cruz, the youngster, the 18-year-old, is going to be there to pick up the pieces. Cruz runs about 4 car lengths back.
Yeah, we'll see if Allgaier can kind of settle his troubles down, whatever it is that's bugging that car in the number 7 right now. But Brent Cruz will go chasing the 7 down.
While all this racing is happening, Kyle Larson is driven away to a 1.3-second advantage over 2nd place running Connor Zilisch. Connor Zilisch now is starting to see looming bigger in his rear view Sheldon Creed. Then you have Justin Allgaier. Then you have Brent Cruz running in the top 5 as they're headed back to Pat.
Yeah, everybody's trying to negotiate, or talking about the leader now. Larson's got to negotiate a lot of this lap traffic, and so does Zilisch. Zilisch down the backstretch there as he works his way up towards Josh Bilicki.
Yep, all trying to work their way around some of that lap traffic. Josh Bilicki runs in the line that Zilisch and Creed have, so they're going to have to dice it up as they head into turn 1.
And Zilisch has still got a mirror full of Creed. Creed going upstairs, trying to work his car as best as possible now. Bilicki right in front of Zilisch. Zilisch going to go to the bottom.
Want to give a couple of drivers a lot of credit. They started at the back of the pack with brake issues. Rajah Caruth has now moved up 22 spots. He is in the Jordan Anderson Racing number 32. He's 16th, but Carson Quapple, he started at the back due to an engine change. He has moved up 30 spots. Carson Quapple now 1 spot away from the top 5, Nick.
It's amazing. I mean, it has been a long night. It's been a methodical charge. And obviously, Ross, it's going to get harder the closer and closer you get to the front of the field. But it's hard not to be impressed with the night that Carson Quapple has had on that High Rock vodka machine.
He's about to find all of his teammates up front. I mean, Junior Motorsports just so strong here tonight, and as they have been for the last several years at a lot of different tracks. But Carson Quapple in that bright day glow orange number 9. High Rock Vodka Chevy continuing to drive forward. And, yeah, driving through the field, it only gets harder the further forward he goes.
Got a long way to go before he's going to catch the back bumper of Brent Cruz, who is running in 5th. With now 67 laps to go, Kyle Larson is leading here at Bristol. Connor Zilisch runs in 2nd. Then it's Sheldon Creed running in 3rd. Justin Allgaier 4th. 5th is Brent Cruz. Carson Quapple, who we just talked about, is 6th. William Sawalich is 7th. Sam Mayer on his back bumper in 8th. Ryan Sieg is 9th. And 10th is Sammy Smith.
Yeah, let's pick up that battle for the 8th position. Sam Mayer is getting his rear view mirrors filled up by Ryan Sieg, who's having a pretty nice night. They're roaring through turns 3 and 4 right now. And in fact, you can throw Sammy Smith into the mix as well. So, Pat, this is all happening just inside the top 10.
Now, Mayer using the high side of the racetrack and Sieg going right into his tire track. It gives a little bit of an opportunity to Sammy Smith in the number 8 car. They stay all in each other's tire tracks through 3 and 4.
Ryan Sieg on a strategy move, finished stage 1 and 3rd, and now he's working his way back up through the field, right on the back bumper, down to the outside of Mayer.
And let's draw Corey Day into this as well. Corey Day right on the bumper of Sammy Smith. Those 4 cars heading into turn 3 and 4 again.
Corey Day, the sprint car driver, no surprise. He's got it up on the proverbial cushion, trying to run the top side of the racetrack and run down Sammy Smith. That quartet streaking their way into 1 and 2.
Yeah, Mayer is pulled away now. The battle's going to shape up between the 39 of Ryan Sieg and number 8 of Sammy Smith. Smith on the bottom of the racetrack.
Now we have 62 laps to go here in the Suburban Propane 300. Kyle Larson leads Connor Zilich and Sheldon Creed at Bristol.
What makes Toyota Racing Toyota Racing? It's not just how.
So much action happening in this race with 60 laps to go, now 59 as it stands. Yep, just one Ford in this race. That's JJ Yellow running in 27th position. The rest Toyotas and Chevrolets coming through. Larson leading by just 0.916 of a second. We're watching Brent Cruz at the moment. In the 19, he's on the back of Justin Allgaier in the number 7, who's running in 4th position. Sheldon Creed just behind, and again that 7 is getting a little bit twitchy, coming out of some of the corners and running up high. The 19 trying to come down low and just touching a little bit of a push behind him as well. So Allgaier really losing out on some of the parts of the circuit to push into, but again, just getting loose. Cruz has got this. He just has to stay calm and pick apart the track to go to, slip through on the inside line, and he's got this one done. As Sheldon Creed laps the traffic, Allgaier goes low, Cruz goes high, loses out, and Justin Allgaier again holds position. But again, look, goes up high, can't control it. Down low goes the 19. They're side by side. The 7 has so much greater exit speed, though. You're seeing all this happening on your camera now just in front of us. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. As the 45 now getting in the way of traffic, that'll help the 19 get a little bit of a tow. The 7's now hooked onto the back of Sheldon Creed. So again, Allgaier's hooked onto Creed down low, but again, traffic blocking. It's the 96 and the 45 in the way. The 45's on the high line. He's giving the tow to the 19. The 7's now gone down low. He's got no one giving him traction as Sheldon's sort of in the middle of the circuit. So this is just helping now the 19 grow into the part of the circuit, go where it needs to, as the 19 now cuts below the 7. This is actually a very entertaining battle between Allgaier and Cruz. Cruz needs to work out what's going to give him the advantage. Back to PRN.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, Kyle Larson's assault on this field, this race, and this night continues. His advantage, 1.5 seconds as he continues to just Brad do an incredible job dicing his way around lap traffic. There's some other drivers that look fast. Connor Zilich has had a great night. He's running in second. Sheldon Creed has been in the top 5 all night long. They're all trying to do the same thing as Larson does, get by this lap traffic as quickly as possible, but nobody's doing it better than the 2-time Cup Series champion tonight.
Yeah, he is about to lap into the top 20. He has 2 Austins in front of him. Austin Green, who is already a lap down, and Austin Hill, who is the last car on the lead lap right now. And the way Larson is carving through this field, he already got around Austin Green. Austin Hill is going to be up next.
It has been impressive. There's no doubt about it. Larson with a 1.8-second lead over Connor Zilich. Sheldon Creed runs in 3rd. Justin Allgaier runs in 4th. Brett Cruz is 5th. We've talked about the nice night that Carson Kvapil has had. He runs in that 6th position. William Sawalich is 7th. We documented a pretty good, about 4-car battle that Corey Day rocketed his way from 11th up to 8th. So that HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, Brad, has also been very fast tonight. In fact, Corey Day trying to work on William Sawalich right now in turn number 3.
Oh, he gets right into his back bumper in the high groove. Now he ducks down, Corey Day does, and right in front of them, they've got Josh Williams, so we'll see if Corey Day can maybe get a lap car as a pick. Williams is running in front of Corey Day right now, however.
Sawalich is going to move right back around Day at this point as they work in turns 3 and 4.
This is the battle for the 7th position. Corey Day slices right up. He's going to move to the top side, right on the back bumper of William Sawalich. Maybe inches apart, Pat, out for turn 2.
Wow, you couldn't have slipped a credit card between those two guys that time. They're side by side with each other.
And this fight for 7th is also drawing in Ryan Sieg now. Sieg a car length off the back bumper of these two.
Yeah, Sieg down to the bottom of the racetrack. racetrack right in Corey Day's footsteps. And here comes Sawalich. Sawalich will give the 17 a shove now and try to make a position off of 4.
Ross, this is good stuff, and I think they both made contact off of turn 4 a lap ago.
Multiple times, and Corey Day running the proverbial boards like a sprint car driver does. So finally clears William Sawalich. Ryan Sieg now on Williams' back bumper.
Yeah, pretty impressive what Corey Day's doing. Another driver that's impressive. And let's jump back up into the top 5. That's where Brent Cruz is now. Pat, they're coming down the back straightaway. He's catching Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, in Allgaier, we talked a few minutes ago about him maybe having somewhat of an issue. That's gone away because he's been able to hold off Brent Cruz. Cruz doing a good job now into turn 1. Allgaier goes high up on the racetrack. About 4, maybe 5 car lengths separate them. Allgaier's going to have to work his way around Patrick Trapoli here in a moment.
This is all happening about a half a lap behind race leader Kyle Larson. Justin Allgaier has that 4th spot, trying to hold off Brent Cruz, and they are running very different lines, Pat Patterson.
Yeah, and just as I said that, Cruz goes way up to the top side of the racetrack, makes up a little bit of ground on Allgaier. They're in 3 now.
This is speed versus experience. Brent Cruz has the speed. Justin Allgaier, the experience of 2 wins here at Bristol. They're back in 1.
Oh, it's a good battle, though. I'll tell you, Allgaier's doing everything he can. He has had a mirror full of that number 19 car. Once again, the fight goes back to 3.
Justin Allgaier, 39 years old. Brent Cruz, a nice swift 18. So these two, vastly different experience levels. They'll continue to dice it up in 1.
Yeah, just a half a car length separate the 2. Allgaier doing everything he can to hold off this young rookie as once again Brent Cruz chases him into 3 right there over his bumper.
And that's in the high groove on the back bumper. They cross the start-finish line. We do have 40 laps to go in this race. We'll watch this battle for 4th.
Cruz right to the bumper of the 7. Could have moved him, didn't touch him that time by, but he is there. He's got an opportunity to pass Allgaier.
Yeah, this is where you earn a little respect. Not only how you drive Justin Allgaier, but if you could pass one of the best in this sport. There, nose to tail again in turn 1.
Well, Justin Allgaier is a master of knowing where you need to be to keep a car behind him, and that's what he's doing right now with Brent Cruz. But credit Brent Cruz. He's doing a great job.
Justin Allgaier doing a great job mirror driving. Brent Cruz ends up following him. Now Cruz is able to dive down to the inside.
I think Justin Allgaier finally said, okay, I've had enough of this, but he'll try the crossover move. Here comes Allgaier back, then they're back to side by side.
Brent Cruz threw a slider, slid up in front of Justin Allgaier. They're side by side off of turn number 4. Brent Cruz, though, running that top side, and Ross, that's going to be too much. He'll pull away from Justin Allgaier. Great battle inside the top 5.
Brent Cruz, up into the wall, just barely in 1 and 2. Keeps his position ahead of Justin Allgaier, but Brent Cruz, he's shown the speed since the stage 1 caution whenever they put those tires on in this set as well, as he drives up into 4th place.
Very impressive. Right now we've got 36 to go. Kyle Larson leads Connor Zillage, Sheldon Creed in 3rd, Brent Cruz in 4th, Justin Allgaier rounds out the top 5.
AA made all the difference in my life. I noticed that most of the goals.
A lot of action then with 32 to go. Kyle Larson has led 137 laps in that 88 right now, and he has been giving this absolutely everything. Controlled pretty much majority of this race. Now, just to give you a thing from Bob Podcast at the moment, Mason Maggio is okay, and that is the best news possible. So just give you some more stage point information, as I know you wanted to ask it. Sheldon Creed is going to take 18 points from stages. Justin Allgaier 15, William Solwich and Brandon Jones 10 each. Ryan Sieg on 8, Brent Cruz on 6, Sam Mayer will take 5, Corey Day 3, Jesse Love 3, and Carson Catfill will take 1. So that's the full stage points as things currently stand. Coming into this one. Brent Cruz then, that 263 got through on Justin Allgaier for 4th place down at turn 2. JBMotorsports, or Junior Motorsports, however you want to pronounce it. It's really Junior Motorsports, isn't it? Has led 217 laps so far tonight. That is their most in a NASCAR O'Reilly Series race, as the 74 is having some issues out there and is going very slow, and as predicted, the caution's coming out there as well. So the caution is now given its, as I'm not looking up at the monitor, so caution's come out, and we will go to that break as we see on the tracker. So yellow flags are out. We'll hear shortly why. As Larson then will get from Zillage, and with, well, 30 laps to go, the worst possible time for a caution to come out. Can't see much out in the circuit. Let's take a look at the monitor then. This is Gray Golding in the 74 as we head back to PRN for the caution update. He's spun on the back
under caution for the 7th time here in the Suburban Propane 300 with 30 laps to go. Had a little bit of an incident into turn 1. Ross, you actually saw that one.
Saw the tail end of it. Looks like Gray Golding gets turned around by Jesse Love on the front stretch, just blending together. Gray coming off the top side of the racetrack, Jesse Love coming off the bottom, exiting the PJ1, misjudges it, turns Gray just at the start-finish line. Gray does a great job to spin backwards, do a 360, not hit anything. That's 2 cars tonight that have spun out here. 2 bright red cars as Gray gets spun out, but doesn't hit anything. A set of tires for the Mike Harmon team as he cycles around right now, 2 laps down, but a great run for that team tonight, racing ahead of cars that we have not seen that 74 car be ahead of in recent races when they're at the track. And Gray, first time in a while, being back on track.
90% of the time, that would have been about a 4 or 5 car wreck. That's pretty amazing that, he got turned off a 4, slid down there, and was able to not only keep it off the wall, but everybody behind him able to check up. So, misfortunate that it puts us under a yellow flag, obviously. Maybe not so much for the drivers running second on back, but happy to see that Gray Golding was able to drive away, and most importantly, nobody else was caught up, Brad.
So here's the other part of the picture. Pit road is closed right now. We have 28 laps to go this time by. The teams do have one more set of Goodyear tires. Pit road is open. The big question is going to be whether anyone or who decides to come down and use them. They can make it on Sunoco fuel. We'll see if someone feels a tire strategy is going to play out for them. And Kyle Larson's team does. He comes on to pit lane. Let's start things off with David Stiles.
My section of pit road, they said we want to do the opposite of the leader, but even though Kyle Larson pitted, Sheldon Creed comes in. They want to be aggressive. They want fresh rubber. They're going to go for it here at the end of this. Sheldon Creed, 4 tires, fuel. Sam Mayer, 4 tires and fuel as well. Andrew Curlin.
Oh, Connor Zilich, everyone was up on the wall, and he decided to do what Larson did not. Zilich in the 1 stays out. Jesse Love further back will take 4 tires and make a track bar adjustment, Doug Turnbull.
And Kyle Larson's in. They're changing right side tires on the car. Justin Larson, it's going to be a 4-tire stop. Justin Allgaier's coming in slow on the right side. They're changing 4 tires. He's lacking overall grip over and over again, he said, Brett McMillan.
Ryan Sieg has come in. He's getting a 4-tire change. Also in Caruth is in as well. He's going to get a 4-tire change. Also an adjustment in the right rear. Brent Cruz did not come in. He said the car was tight all through the turns. Also in, did not come in. It was Corey Day, and he said that the car was absolutely fantastic.
Appreciate that, Brent McMillan. Kyle Larson wins the race off of pit lane ahead of Ryan Sieg, Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed, and Sammy Smith. But, Brad Gilly, there were some drivers that opted not to pit here with 27 laps to go.
Connor Zilich stayed out. Brent Cruz stayed out. Corey Day stayed out. This should make things interesting. We will get you a rundown before we head back through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone when we come back to Bristol Motor Speedway.
Here's Bubba Wallace on the importance of sponsorships.
This sport was built on relationships and partnerships. And
so we are still watching. Are you? We're getting set for a restart coming up shortly with 26 to go. That's really not going to be long at all. That's going to be around about, well, it's about 15 seconds per lap. So you're averaging, that's 2 laps every 30 seconds, 4 laps per minute, 5 minutes max. But if you've watched NASCAR stream here tonight, you know as well as I do, they can't behave themselves for 5 minutes. It is impossible. So I'll take over to call the checkered flag moment again. Hopefully it's going to be quite a fun ending to this one. Larson has controlled this pretty much throughout, which is exactly what we wanted to see. All the lead cars except Connor Zilich from 2nd, Brent Cruz in 4th, and Corey Day 6th. They all came into the pits. Kyle Larson gets off pit road first, followed by Ryan Sieg and Justin Allgaier. Jeremy Clements has the free pass for this one as well. And it was just the caution caused by Gray Golding spinning on the front stretch from 29th position. Connor Zilic is now your control leader from Brent Cruz and Corey Day. Kyle Larson going 4th position, and new tyres will matter here. This is a very critical moment in tonight's race for the Suburban Propane 300. Stand by, because this is going to be something very tasty as we get ready. They're not choosing just yet. They haven't formed up as far as I can tell. Still single file as they come over the line on the back stretch. Just waiting to hear back from PRN. Hopefully this race will end round about on time. It's coming up to 3 a.m. here in the UK. It's 2:43, which is why we're in a different studio area. JT not unwell after his call yesterday. Hopefully he'll be back with us tomorrow for the cup race. If not, it'll be myself and Jack up in the comms. 23 to go. Just taking it now through. Will there be another caution? That's an interesting question. Let's head back to PRN as we get ready for the green.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, final moments of the Suburban Propane 300. Right now, 24, make it 23 laps to go. And the lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to restart with 22 laps to go in this 300-lap race. Connor Zilic, Brett Cruz, Corey Day, they all stayed out. Pat Patterson, Kyle Larson, Ryan Sieg, Justin Allgaier. They're going to be hungry here on what could be one of our last restarts of the night.
You know, we were talking before the race started about.
Yeah, we were talking, seeing what could happen if Kyle Larson could take it. We're getting ready for that restart. Here we go then, folks. It will be 22 to go with the green flag coming out. They exit the last corner through the restart zone, and we are racing again. 22 laps of the Suburban Propane 300. It is Connor Zilic, Brent Cruz, Kyle Larson and Justin Allgaier. Who's going to win here at Bristol in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series? The green flag falls and we go racing. Let's go back. Good restart already coming through from Justin Allgaier. He'll jump Kyle Larson who got blocked. Zilic jumps away into the distance. Not a great restart coming through, though, from Allgaier. He dropped back. Again, that low line, for anyone who's not the leader tonight, has been having a few issues. But Zilic and Day battling hard. Zilic taking that low line. Day trying to go through. Cruz coming in there quite nicely. What a brilliant getaway we've had so far in 19 to go. Zilic, Cruz, Larson, and then Justin Allgaier coming through. Great restart so far, and there's a battle on for the lead as the 19 tries to go high. Oh, and he's in the wall! He's in the wall as well. The 19 touches the wall, just gets the wheel loose, and that's going to allow the 88 to come through on the inside line. They're getting closer, but surely the suspension damage for Brent Cruz, who takes the outside line. Larson backs off, expecting some drama. Coming into turn 1 and 2. The 19 still brushing against it. Here it comes again. Larson still underneath the inside. Larson goes for it. The 19 goes up high. The rear still stepping out loose. Surprised, actually, that stayed in for so long. 18 to go, staying down low. Larson takes second position. Oh, and again, there's drama. Go to a replay, and there's a caution out. The 20's gone around. The 20's gone around and touched the 41 on the back straightaway. But we've got a full course caution, and it's Alfredo. Anthony Alfredo is in the wall. So Alfredo's in the wall somewhere around the track. Back to PRN.
It's the inside pit wall. It's going to bring out the 8th caution. Make that the 9th caution of the night with 18 laps to go. Connor Zilic, your race leader. Brent Cruz second. Kyle Larson third. We'll re-rack them and stack.
This is a consumer warning for men in our audience.
Okay, so they go to our break anyway to come into it. So, that is Anthony Alfredo spinning on the front stretch, 27th, and hits the inside wall. We've got a replay of it now. The CW stupidly cut away from it to replay while the accident happened. So, and he just drops it. That's a really weird one. Coming out of the last corner, he's on the start-finish straight. Completely okay, and the rear just hooks on him for no reason. I would suggest that could have been a delamination. It's the only thing I can think of. Let's have a look. He's had contact. No, he'd get coming out of the turn 4. No, this was the contact between the 20 and the 41. So that is already further back, a separate incident that we had to take part of. So that is Brandon Jones, contact with Sam Mayer. And yeah, so Sam Mayer coming in, and it's the 8 actually as well. The 8 is the one who kicks that off. So it's Sammy Smith who tags the back of the 20, and then the 41 of Sam Mayer comes through. Anyone who's inside. This was Brent Cruz, the 19, running up high at turn 2, just touching the wall, did very well to stay in contention for the race, and did not break the rear suspension. Back to PRN.
I can't see what they were doing.
All right, thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, Pat. Brandon Jones also coming in. He is a part of the Dash for Cash. And Andrew, what do we got in front of you?
I'm with Rodney Childers, the crew chief of Connor Zillich. Rodney, you opted to stay out. Connor has older tires. What do you tell your driver here for this hopefully final restart for you guys?
Yeah, we just got to keep doing what we've been doing all night. You know, he's done a great job for us. We've been lacking some track position and really needed to get in front of the 88 to have a chance. So that restart went well. He runs some 16.0s, which is fastest we've run all night. So we'll just see how this restart goes, and hopefully we can pull her in victory lane.
Thank you, Rodney. Guys, that's the crew chief of Connor Zillich right there.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Connor Zillich leads the race. Then it's Brent Cruz, Kyle Larson, Justin Allgaier, Carson Quapple, your top 5. We owe our local stations a break. From Bristol Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Yeah, break time over there on the local side. 14 to go. We will restart, hopefully, with no need for a overtime here at Bristol Motor Speedway. That will be the best thing. So 2 cars officially out. Austin Green's 10 laps down, so we can really count him. This was the time of caution. They're trying to see who actually has second position. At the time of caution, which was 21:45.44, the 19 is millimeters ahead of the 88. So it is going to be Zillich from Cruz, Larson, Allgaier, the top 4. That's how it was at the end of the break. So Zillich still takes it as we get ready. They're not coming into the restarts just yet. Still single file with 13 to go. Are we going to have overtime? Yellows breed yellows. And a circuit like this where it's critical to get it right, this is not going to be good. Brandon Jones in 6th has suffered some left side damage on the restart, and he's come into the pit lane. Let's head back to PRN.
Under caution for the 8th time here in the Suburban Propane 300. We are going to restart this race with 11 laps to go, and we will also take you commercial-free to the checkered flag, brought to you by Toyota Racing. Your race, your story. Be a part of the action at ToyotaRacingUSA.com.
It is Kyle Larson trying to jump from that 3rd position, find that forward momentum to get around not only Brent Cruz, but the race leader Connor Zillich. Ross, easier said than done.
Big decision here with the choose as we cycle underneath the flag man. He gives the one to go signal Connor Zillich to the top. Brent Cruz follows him, and Kyle Larson gets the lineup on the front row inside lane, which has not had the speed on the launches. But Kyle Larson is Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson also has fresher tires. Justin Allgaier, who chose 4th, he is going to line up 3rd row outside. Pat Patterson?
Yeah. Here we go. It's time, hopefully, for the final restart. 10 laps, 11 laps, taking into the 10 here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Suburban Propane 300. Keeping an eye on the front. It's going to restart. Watch out. Connor Zillich, Brent Cruz, and Kyle Larson. They'll come out of the last corner. Pace car comes in. And with 11 to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Suburban Propane 300 goes green again. It's a good restart. Larson's going to take the low line. He should be able to jump the restart and does so. Zillich trying to hold on to the outside line. Brent Cruz takes the high line. We're 3 wide, further back, and it's going to be Zillich who takes it. The 19 again getting loose, staying up high. The 88 stays down low, tries to get in position over the line. It's very close, but it's going to be Brent Cruz who's going to be given the lead of that lap. That was a bit of a surprise to come into it. Zillich sits back underneath him as well with 10 to go. Cruz still trying to hold up line. The 88's coming through as well. Taking up. Cruz takes the lead. Oh, outright actually at the front of it. And he takes it by 0.139 of a second. Zillich in 2nd. Larson taking 3rd. Catville has 4th position. Justin Allgaier in 5th. As now we keep it in. They're still running together. They've left Catville in 4th position. Allgaier in 5th. They've left him. It's a 3-way battle now with 8 to go as they come through turn 1 and 2. Catville Doyle from Zilich, then Larson. I'm going to rephrase that. It's Cruz, Zilich, and Larson. That's the running order as we come through. The timing screen's glitching as I look at it. But Brent Cruz is absolutely stanging on ovations. He's putting the car high and low. He's blocking the one of Zilich, and he's blocking the 88 of Larson, but he gets loose out of 2. He touches the wall with the rear right. That's not going to help. The 88 comes back alongside him. It's going to be now Connor Zilich taking the lead with 7 laps to go as our TV pictures hopefully come back very soon as well alongside us. We'll have our battle at the moment. That's the worst time for an advert to come on. Coming in, Zilich leads from Larson. Cruz, that's the 1, 2, 3 as things stand as well. We come through. Few laps to go coming up now. Hopefully our pictures will be back shortly. I really am not happy with the way that advert timing has come through. We have our TV pictures back. Thank goodness for that. Right, let's go through to the end of this one. It's now all out between Zilich and Larson. Cruz has dropped back after touching the wall coming out of turn 2. It is now the 1 of Zilich versus the 88 of Larson. Can Connor Zilich, who has been such a star in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, take it? It's 2 cup drivers at the front immediately, yes, but can Connor prove why he's got that number 1 in the car? It's 3 to go right now. Larson's challenging him down. They're picking up more and more speed. The last time by 16.1 and 16.2. So already they're lapping around about 0.4 of a second faster. Oh, and the 88. That's Larson getting close up to the wall and brushing into it. That's Larson. I think day done for him. He's dropped 0.7 back. Larson making the mistake coming out. It is going to be checkered flag next time by, and it will be Connor Zilich who's going to take this one. White flag in the air, sponsored by Credit One Bank, and it's 15 seconds left. Connor Zilich has managed to unsettle the 88 of Kyle Larson, who managed to take stage 1 and stage 2, but stage 3 and the Suburban Propane 300 for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race here at Bristol Motor Speedway belongs to Connor Zilich. He takes the checkered flag and victory. Larson second, Cruz third, Allgaier fourth, Catfield, Creed, Solwich Day, Parker Retzlaff and Taylor Gray rounding out the top 10. It's his 12th career O'Reilly Auto Parts Series victory, his first win of 2026, and Connor Zilich wins at Bristol in a superior manner. That is how you drive as a champion. As the fireworks go off in the distance and the smoke come around, it is Connor Zilich victorious to PRN.
Amazing run for Connor Zilich, and just one heck of a battle. And Ross, if you beat Kyle Larson in Bristol, you have beat the best of the best in this series.
You beat him on old tires after being behind him all night. My goodness, Connor Zilich back to his last year's form here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, finding a way to win like he did so many times a year ago.
Yeah, that is pretty incredible. In fact, Connor Zilich just beat the car that he drove to victory lane 10 times last year, that number 88 at Junior Motorsports, and it's going to be a big celebration for them here tonight, and a big celebration for Justin Allgaier. Your qualifiers for the Dash for Cash race at Kansas Speedway will be Brent Cruz, Justin Allgaier, Carson Quapple, and Sheldon Creed. And Allgaier wins the first round of that O'Reilly Dash for Cash.
Donuts just shy of the start-finish line for Connor Zilich. This was, as you guys pointed out, a sight we got used to seeing a lot last year. Got to commend the driving, though, we saw from Brent Cruz and Kyle Larson. They end up second and third, and Ross, those cars were sideways all over the racetrack there over the last 5 or 6 laps.
When Connor Zilich went to the bottom to cover the line of Kyle Larson, Brent Cruz ripped the top and passed him. I don't think Connor ever thought that would happen, and I thought Brent Cruz was going to drive to his first win in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. It wasn't to be. He slipped off of 2. That gave Connor Zilich the lead back, and he did not let go of it.
You know what it is? It's Kyle Larson, one of the biggest names in the sport now. Connor Zilich, the guy who we think is ascending. And Brent Cruz is the guy of, hey, keep an eye on him. 3 absolute studs, Brad, putting on a great show over the final laps here at Bristol.
We just saw 11 laps of how bad he wanted. And when you put Kyle Larson up into the wall because he's pushing, trying to catch you, that says that you're doing something right. Brent Cruz, when you see the opportunity to potentially get your first career victory, he got up into the wall in turn number 2. That shows how bad he wanted it. And Connor Zilich just showed us what he did so many times last year. He was smooth and steady when he needed to be, and when Kyle Larson was a threat, He also knew where to go on the racetrack.
He did. Now, like last year, part of the scariest part of Connor Zilic winning is him getting out of the car. He's coming out of the roof hatch just a few seconds ago. The car's in neutral. It's rolling down the banking on the front stretch. He had to get back in, put it in gear, and then get out. Glad to see him out, standing on 2 feet, ready to get that checkered flag.
He always keeps it interesting. You can always say that about Connor Zilic. Let's go to Brett McMillan.
All right, Justin Allgaier. If you can't win, take a $100,000 check instead. I know it's not the same thing as a trophy, but by God, congratulations for winning the Dash for Cash.
Yeah, really cool that Rally Auto Parts kept this tradition going with the Dash for Cash. It's a really cool program. It means a lot to these teams. It puts this $100,000 back in the pockets of being able to make these programs better, and that's a big deal. So, it's disappointing, I think, to come out of here fourth or whatever we came out and to not win the race, but it is cool to be able to win the Dash for Cash. So huge thanks again to O'Reilly. Just wish you could have got our Carolina Carport Chevrolet just a little bit farther up there. Really cool to see the one win. Obviously Connor and that whole group, they did a great job all night. I thought the 88 had it. I was torn on that last pit stop. So proud of our team, proud of the effort. I thought we did a great job all night. Pit stops were phenomenal, and we're going to walk away here with Dash for Cash, and obviously locked our way in next week to Kansas, a place we're going to run really well at.
I was going to say, you get qualified for next week, so you get another shot to do it again.
Yeah, I guess we qualified either way, but still really cool to be a part of this program. I don't know how many times this is we've won it now, but I think it's the 8th time we've won this, which is pretty cool. So a really, really special program, and obviously you want to win here, but coming out of here with a top 5 and no fenders knocked off of it, it's a good night.
That's Justin Allgaier, your winner for Dash for Cash, $100,000 richer tonight. David Stiles.
I'm over here with Carson Quapple. You were good in practice, good in qualifying, but had an engine problem. Started in the back, drove this High Rock Vodka number 9 all the way up to 5th. What a run. How did you feel coming there at the end?
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good shot. I was pretty on the fence about pitting or not, and it was honestly probably the right call by Phillip to pit. And we were able to kind of make quick work of some of the guys, and we slotted ourselves in 4th or 5th there. And, it just seemed like kind of my concern for staying out kind of prevailed there. Obviously, the one team, Rodney and those guys, super cool for them, and they played the strategy right and did the right thing from where they were at. But for us, we just didn't really have the track position probably to stay out. Looking back on it, we would have restarted. We would have been the 3rd car with no tires. So I think pitting was the right call there. But I thought we were pretty good. It's just, I don't know, we're missing a little something kind of all night, I guess. And we'd be fighting a little tight, a little free. But overall, a really good High Rock Vodka Chevrolet by Phillip Bell and the whole number 9 team. It's tough whenever you start 38th, right, to come up there and be in the position that the one team was or the 19 car was to do something like that. But just needed to have a little bit more speed, a little bit more track position there in the mid portion of the race. But just can't thank everyone enough on this High Rock Chevrolet, Hendrick Motors, everyone at Junior Motorsports for working their tails off today to swap motors out and give us a shot to go for a win there. But just thought we just needed a little something, but still a pretty good finish all in all.
That's Carson Quapple. He'll qualify for the Dash for Cash. Let's go to the start-finish line and Andrew Curlin.
Oh, the Sharks were circling for Connor Zilic there at the end. You had to hold them all off. How wild was that from behind the wheel?
Yeah, it was stressful last 10 laps for sure. When Brent got outside of me there, I didn't know how I was going to beat him, and he ended up getting loose up in 1 and 2 in the bumps, and I was able to get clear and then went straight to the top to not let anybody else get to the outside of me. But, great day with Roto-Rooter and JRM. It's always good to come back down and race the O'Reilly Series with such a great team, and feels good to get a win after the kind of year I've had so far.
You just asked me, where do I go to get to victory lane? This is your first win at Bristol. What does that feel like?
Yeah, it feels awesome. I've always wanted to win here. Bristol's a one-of-a-kind racetrack, and, it's going to feel good driving up the ramp.
You got this win with Junior Motorsports. How special is it to get another win with them, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I love racing for Dale Jr. and LW and, Hendrick Engines and everybody who makes this happen. It's an honor for me, and, I'm just grateful that I get to do it, when I do.
Brett, that's Connor Zilic, the winner tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Brett Cruz.
What an amazing race. hands down, that I think was worth staying up for. I hope you really did enjoy that one. As you're back up here with us in the booth, we've got to turn the lights on. It's got dark here at Bristol, and it's got dark here as well in the UK. It is... what time is it? 3:02 a.m. So definitely time for some sleep. But what an amazing race that turned out to be. And the O'Reilly Auto Parts series really has now given us a great strategy to come into it. Just trying to have a look to see if we can see the points at the end of the race and how they all finish. Haven't got that as we come through, but we do have the results in total. Zilic victorious coming into it as well, so he doesn't claim any points from that. We'll hopefully actually bring up on the battle screen here so you can see it. So Zilic and Larson, no points gained, but Brent Cruz from third would pick up 41. Justin Allgaier, 48 points. Carson Capp from 33. Sheldon Creek, 49 from today. William Solwich, 40. Corey Day, 32. Parker Redsdove, 28. Taylor Gray, 27. Ryan Sieg, 34. Jesse Love, 28. Sammy Smith, 24. Rajaj Caruth, 23. Jeremy Clements, 22. Jed Burton, 21. Then Harrison Burton, 20. 19, Brendan Poole. 28, Brandon Jones. 22, Sam Mayer. 16, Austin Hill. 15, Blaine Perkins. 14, Josh Balicki. Dean Thompson on 13. Kyle Sieg, 12. JJ Yellowly on 11. Patrick Topoli on 10, Ryan Golding on 9, Josh Williams on 8, Ryan Ellis 7, Joey Gay 6, Lever Scott on 5, then we got Logan Bearden on 4, Blake Lothand on 3, Austin Green 2, Anthony Alfredo, Mason Manzio and Garrett Smithley on 1 each across the board. That's how it stands at the moment. We're just trying to see if we can get the points as they run, but it's not seeming to be working. Isn't that always the way? So let's hope tomorrow's Cup race is going to be an entertaining one. We'll be live about 90 minutes before the start of all of the action, so make sure you join us here on JB Motorsports, as we'll be live here from Bristol Motor Speedway for all of the action. Thanks for your company here tonight. We'll see you later on. Have a very happy Saturday evening. Take care. See you later. Goodbye.